Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 62 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I'm your host, Brad Ellis, and joining me, I have my dynamic duo, of course, Mr. Gene Park first, though. Gene, how are you today?
Good. It's the first week of May, I guess, right?
Yes.
Good news. I did my quarterly cancer scans on Friday.
All good?
Oh, good. That turned
Excellent,
out good.
dude.
I'm
We love
in
to
good
hear that.
spirits. Well, just a little tired because work and everything.
Yeah, of course.
My Colin was talking about in the latest or Stelly about how trips just ruin him and Micah's life. I have a trip coming up later in a few weeks. Just a 2-hour plane ride down to Florida. Just like a really short plane ride to Boston, right? Like you guys did, Micah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm still like having a lot of anxiety and like, oh, I don't want to do it. And again, it's gonna be the same thing. It's only gonna be 2 days, and it's like I don't want to do it already.
Yeah, I get it, dude. Getting on planes, it's a hassle. It's a lot.
It sure is. It's why I never enjoyed vacation, like ever.
Yeah,
I've
I get
never once actually enjoyed vacation, even when I was a kid. Because vacation meant that I gotta do all this other stuff and start packing up, and then I gotta do this, and then I gotta start getting used to a whole new place, a whole new different people. Sometimes they might not even speak English. How is that like a relaxing time? Honestly,
Yeah, I get it.
I don't understand it, but I guess it's like also like the same way I don't understand hiking.
Sure.
Like why are you or like mostly like camping?
Yeah, I get
we
that.
built houses and walls and roofs for a reason.
Yeah, we've
So we don't have to
progressed.
do that anymore.
We've progressed, yeah.
Yeah, we progressed past the need of living in the wilderness.
Mhm.
That's why we're out of the food chain.
Yeah.
Nobody eats us. Nobody eats us as a daily habit. Because we
God.
did this. We did all this. We made apartment
We did
buildings,
this.
We made houses. Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm with you, Gene. What I said to Colin, it was when we were packing up to leave Massachusetts, like we're packing up the hotel room, always a little bit of anxiety of like, did I leave anything behind?
Yes.
But it's as I'm packing and I was like, the number one thing I hate about travel is living out of a bag. And I cannot understand people who love to travel. I hate the feeling of having everything I need. I have to bring it. If I forget anything, too bad. And I just hate having to like search through a bag for everything. I just can't stand this feeling. I'll never understand people who like love to travel. I try to force myself to go a couple places here and there, but otherwise it's like I don't love it. I like trying new places, new food, but the actual travel itself sucks.
Yeah, I hate the when you have to check out of your hotel room, and like that's what I do. I just like check every drawer, like I'm in Red Dead Redemption 2 or something.
The Last of Us looking for supplies. Yeah.
yeah. Like I'm the Last of Us. All right, look around LA.
Yeah.
Look around visit the beautiful LA. And then, but I'm actually just trying to find my toothbrush or like a piece of underwear. Not a piece of underwear, like an underwear.
Piece of underwear.
Trying to find the shreds of your underwear.
I'm just ripping out my panties and like leaving them in different places or whatever.
Yeah. I'm going to Nashville in like a week and a half to visit my brother. Luckily, I get to stay at his house, so I don't have to go to a hotel. And I don't like plane rides either. They're boring to me, but I'm going to bring my 3DS. I'm going to try to make the most of it. I'm thinking about playing Bravely Second Layer. I think that's what it's called. The actual second one, not Bravely Default 2. That's the one I haven't beaten yet, so maybe I'll give that a go. But like I need more RPGs in my life. I already got enough. And also, you heard earlier where we got Mrs. Micah Moriarty here. Micah, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Bradley. It's good to be here with you both. We're going to get into it later, but I have like a disappointing update about Lunar. But like, I have to just get it off my chest right now. Like,
okay,
it didn't go well.
Damn.
It didn't go great. I'm going to try it again. and we'll get into the deets later, but I just have to get it off my chest right away. Like, it did not go well.
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, we'll get into it more. Before we start the show, please check us out on patreon.com/laststatement if you'd like to support us. We would greatly appreciate it. If you enjoy the show, also leave a nice review on your podcast service of choice, YouTube, all that good stuff. Help us grow. All right, guys. This is from the bad place. Or this is the bad place. Greetings, practitioners of the Brick Fist. What if you were given the opportunity to cameo in a live-action video game adaptation? What would it be, and what would you be doing? Doesn't matter if a film or television. Whether you see this as a hypothetical situation playing out. Okay, you get to cameo in a game, live-action video game adaptation. What are you choosing? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to Viva Pinata Land, and I'm going to be one of the gardening people. So, like, in Viva Pinata, you had, like, this nice gardening lady that kind of helps you out. I can't remember her name. They're all, like, terrifying looking. That's part of it. And then, like, there's a lady who sells you seeds, you know, where she sells, like, gardening tools. And there's the guy who sells seeds. Like, I'd want to be one of those people. Just kind of bumming around the garden. They like you can go to their store, and then there's this like random dude that comes. Actually, there's this bad guy who comes around and he sows like evil seeds in your garden, and he brings like snails and shit. Maybe that'd be fun to do. But I'd want to be one of the weird Viva Pinata people.
Very nice. Gene, what about you?
A live action adaptation. That sounds awful.
Yes. Embrace it.
I know. I mean, the Assassin's Creed movie, you know.
Oh, yeah.
No, probably they're making a Streets of Rage movie, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'll be in that one.
You want to be like a thug that they fight?
Yeah,
cool.
Just one of the thugs that gets tossed into a trash can or something, you know.
That would be sick, actually, yeah. Thrown through a window, that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to do that. You know?
Yeah, that'd be sick. Put me in the Zelda live action movie.
Oh my god, no, get me away from that. No, I don't
I'm
even
going to
want to
say I am Error, just like the guy from Zelda 2. That's all I'm going to do. I am Error.
If they ask me like, hey, Gene, you want to come down and set and check out the Zelda live action movie? I was like, fuck no, I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, I'll get like throw up just looking at it. No,
I know. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it as like an unfinished product. That's for damn sure. You know.
Yeah.
Because I'd just be like, what is this? What's
probably gonna have like Kevin Hart or some shit in that movie.
Jack Black. Yeah. Jack Black, of course, as Ganondorf.
Jack Black. He'll be some merchant, like the Happy Mask salesman.
He's getting pretty round these days. He'd be perfect as one of the Gorons. Like, this is not a diss of Jack Black. I saw him recently.
There is a dance break in Ocarina of Time.
Unfortunately, that is actually not a bad casting. Actually,
that's not bad casting.
That's got his name all over it.
Hey, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, he could be Darunia.
Yeah, right? Darunia.
Yeah. Man, that sucks. That's actually a really good casting.
And
he looks exactly like Darunia. God damn it.
Well, you know what they're gonna do as a little throwback? They're gonna play Darude Sandstorm. Like that would be like a song.
No.
Oh my god.
Played on like the Ocarina. Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, there'll be a Darude Sandstorm like reference because that's is probably made by DreamWorks and these people can't fucking help themselves.
Yes, that's true.
Make a meme joke.
You know what? I would actually want to be Dampé, just wandering around like with a like that, just digging shit up or something.
Down there,
yeah, that'd be me. All right. Let's see here. This is from Jeremy Tan. Hey, Fisters, just want to shout out Brad, Micah, and Gene for the awesome pods that just keep giving. Absolutely love your chemistry and chaotic energy, and I look forward to it each and every week. I've been a long-time Last Stand patron since the day Colin announces a return to gaming, and dare I say, I've slowly found myself looking forward to hearing the shenanigans y'all get up to more than Sacred in recent days. Cheers, Jimmy. Get fucked, Sacred boys. We're taking over. The Punching Up Crew, the most perverted podcast for sure on this network.
It's getting there.
Well, I think we're there. Yeah. Like, I mean, Sacred Symbols is like more depression.
That's true.
It's like
self-loathing, right?
Self-loathing, yeah. And we're just like a bunch of weirdo perverts and stuff around here.
Yeah, so. I'd say like Stelly is definitely second place because depending on the topics, Constellation can go to some weird places.
I was talking about biting off a gorilla's dick. last time.
You know, yeah, or like just having like a crazy like Jaffe Jean combo, you know, like Constellation can get wild.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I'd say for regular casts, yeah, I think we got it.
All right. This is from Dutch D. Penanes. I don't know how you say this. Penanes? Penanes? I don't know. Whatever. Hey, Brickfishers. Among the many mustache cast of Nintendo characters, who would you choose to get a mustache ride from? So yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. When I said we're the most perverted podcast, I meant it. Who are you choosing, Micah?
I can't answer that. I'm a married
It's
woman.
Wario.
Well, no, yeah.
It's Wario or Waluigi.
Preferably both.
I can't do that. I'm a married woman.
Wow.
Both.
if I wasn't married, you know, and of course they're cartoons, you know, but you know, if I wasn't married and they were real, yeah, I mean that's who I'd choose probably, yeah. I was gonna be like, does Ganon never have a mustache? He ever had a mustache before? It's not a mustache though.
Yeah. So we got to choose someone with the mustache. That's unfortunate for me and Gene.
You don't have many choices, you know?
Yeah. I guess who you can take, Gene? I don't know.
I don't know. I refuse to answer the question.
Are any of the women in Nintendo games Italian? Because that probably counts.
Sure. We can just say they are. Daisy. She's Italian. We'll pick Daisy.
Yeah. I mean,
here we go.
Every Mario woman is gorgeous, anyways. Like,
yeah.
who are we getting? You know, they're all like
can't lose. Maybe like Pauline. Nice. Pauline might be Italian.
Yeah, Pauline for sure.
Yeah, she looks like she might shave that upper lip once a month.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Pauline, it is. Sorry, these are the questions that people write in us to answer, so we got to do it. Okay, let's talk about the news. Actually, a while ago we talked about this, but before the Switch 2 was revealed, that the accessory manufacturer Genki was kind of leaking some stuff for the Switch 2. I'm going to read this. In response to Genki showing off a mock-up of the Switch 2 at their CES 2025 booth, Nintendo is suing the company. If the court rules in Nintendo's favor, the lawsuit will require Genki to destroy their products related to Switch 2 or Switch and Switch 2 and cease using Nintendo's trademarks. And Genki had a response to this that they posted on Twitter. A note from the Genki team. You may have seen that Nintendo recently filed a lawsuit against us. We're taking it seriously and working with legal counsel to respond thoughtfully. What we can say is this. Genki has always been an independent company focused on building innovative gaming accessories for the community we love. We're proud of the work we've done, and we stand by the quality and originality of our products. While we can't comment in details, we're continuing preparations to fulfill orders and showcase our newest products at PAX East this week. We're grateful for the overwhelming support we've received so far. We'll share more when we can, but for now, we're staying focused on doing what we do best, building gear for gamers. I mean, that's all really nice and everything, but I think you leaked stuff when you probably weren't supposed to. So you're getting fucked over now. It's hard for me to feel bad for them when they kind of knew they were playing with fire on this one. Micah, what do you think?
No, absolutely. At the time that this happened, we all kind of were like, whoa, they are just so impatient at Nintendo not announcing the Switch 2, and they want to showcase, you know, that they're going to make accessories for it, that they're like, whatever, we'll just show what it looks like. And that always seemed like a dicey idea, like from the jump. And so when I saw this news, it was like, yeah, you really did play with fire, like you said, Brad, because it's Nintendo first and foremost. I obviously don't know what kind of agreements they signed to be able to know what the Switch 2 was going to look like to develop their third-party products, but it seemed like a bad idea the whole time. And it is hard to be like, poor them. Everybody else waited, you know, like was Hori showing off what the Switch 2 looked like so that they could start shilling their D-pad, you know, Joy-Con sooner? No, they waited like good boys. So this will be really bad for them if Nintendo wins this lawsuit.
Yeah, especially because Nintendo seems the most ruthless in this kind of thing.
They don't care at all about the bad reputation that this gives them, and that's the key here. Like, Nintendo does not care how many people they piss off with these lawsuits.
No,
they
don't.
Strictly are operating from we're in the moral or legal right, as they feel, and they're going to proceed forward. They do not care what people think about it.
Yeah. Gene, any thoughts on this?
I'm of two minds. Well, first, in responding to what Micah said, I keep thinking about how, Nintendo is such an evil company, blah, 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 right? But it's like, on the other hand, they actually treat their employees like well, and, people are happy there, and they're always, Doug Bowser just recently came out and says, oh, we've always been about diversity and inclusion, like, for years. Like, it's not even a question for us. And the reason why people hate Nintendo is because they overcharge products.
Yeah.
So it's like evil Nintendo, or is Xbox evil because Microsoft is supplying cloud services for a war, that kind of thing.
Right.
It's pretty different, guys. That said, regarding this lawsuit, I don't know. Yeah, Genki was crazy to show it off, but it's like, they're also saying that, Genki illegally gained access to a pre-release model of Switch 2. And it's like, is that true? I don't know.
Yeah, illegally. I think they just broke NDA is my...
Yeah, did they break NDA or whatever, So, like, that's where I'm like, I don't know about if Nintendo, this definitely seems like a lawsuit that feels kind of petty,
Oh, sure. Yeah. Because it's not like it hurt their bottom line or anything.
Exactly.
Kind of leaks,
yeah.
But
It's not like hurting your brand really. It just poo-pooed all over the announcement, basically, right? Which, to be fair, you can claim damages, maybe, right? But that's something that I feel like Hogue would definitely be a lot more qualified to answer.
Absolutely.
But in terms of like this definitely feels like a lawsuit that feels like well in line with like, Nintendo, come on, you don't need to do this.
That's a lot of Nintendo stuff. It's like, come on, you guys don't need to do this. Come on, guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Come on.
You don't really need to do this, but
you don't really need to do it. It's all right.
But again, they are a company that loves their lawyers. So
they sure do. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. People hate lawyers, so that's probably why.
That's also true.
It's probably why Nintendo is hated so much, is because they're the most lawyerly company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're scary.
It's not like you see PlayStation suing anyone, really, not often.
Not often, at least, that we know of. I'm not sure. Yeah. But yeah, Nintendo kind of definitely has that reputation of cracking down real quick on that stuff. All right, I'm curious about this one from you guys. Firmware 20.0.0 update came out. I'm going to read this from Video Games Chronicle. Firmware 20.0.0 is now available for Switch owners to download and adds, among other features, the new virtual game card system, which allows players to loan digital games to friends. The Switch update also adds Game Share, which allows users to wirelessly share games to other nearby Switch owners so that they can play the same game together. In preparation for the Switch 2 launch on June 5th, Nintendo has added the ability to transfer system settings from the original console to its successor via the system menu. Finally, Update 20.0.0 makes some visual changes, such as the Nintendo eShop and Nintendo Switch News icon colors on the home menu. I also think they added a bunch of new avatars for you to pick from. I saw they changed the Donkey Kong to the old rare one's gone. We got the newer Kong back in there. Have any of you had the opportunity to kind of mess around with this at all and check it out?
Not really. When it comes to the game share stuff, it's like I'm just the only one who's playing Switch in my house. So
yeah, right. It doesn't matter.
I did observe, like, through Discord, like some of our, community talking about, the update and everything. But I was like, yeah, I don't really have anyone to test this out with, or a need to test it out, really. Especially like when it comes to the like virtual game cards and all that. It's like, you guys know me, physical library primarily. So just not using digital games, and then for like the game share to play games together, which would be great for like Clubhouse 51 type stuff, but again, I'm gaming alone. So
right.
Aside from the new avatars that I did see, I saw people were upset about the Donkey Kong facelift, very upset, but otherwise I do think it's great about like just making the system transfer easier. Like, absolutely streamline that process. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the redesigns. Like the Mario one, he looks a little more like the Mario Wonder Mario or the Mario Kart, a little more round. Like everyone's just a little more round now. Yoshi's nose seems a little bigger this time around as well. So they're doing some small tweaks. Like the Pikmin, they've tweaked a little bit as well. They're like still like the red running one. They just look slightly different. I'm waiting to see if there's any Ganondorf changes though. That's the real question.
This is a deep cut. Do you guys remember a reality show from the 2000s called The Swan?
Yeah.
And it was about, and the whole point of this show was to take average looking people and you give them a bunch of plastic surgery and see who comes out looking the best. But there was one of them where there was this mom, and so they had her kid at the reveal, and she looked so drastically different the kid started crying because she didn't recognize her. And that's some of the reactions I've seen from people being upset about the avatar changes is like that severe almost. It's like, I mean, he's still the red Pikmin. He's still
fun.
Donkey Kong, but I've seen some people like a little too upset.
It's not the same, man. Yeah.
My mom got a facelift and I didn't recognize her. Like, big deal, kid.
Yeah. I'm also seeing, this is from Oatmeal Dome on social media. It said, Switch 2, the console will have 200 or 258 default profile icons, nearly double that of Switch 1, which had 147. So you're going to have a lot more options to pick from, which will be very interesting.
I'm still just using the Mii, though. Like, I like those.
Well, yeah.
Oh, wow. You're going to get rid of those?
I don't think so.
They better not.
I hope not.
I'm gonna flip my shit if they get rid of the Mii's. Now I understand everyone who's upset about Donkey Kong.
My Mii.
If they did that to me, I'd be very cross if I had to be like, oh, I have a picture of Shulk instead of like my cute little Mii.
Yeah. The question is, will I even look at anyone's profiles on Switch 2? And I doubt it.
That's the biggest one is that, Switch 2 is not the place to hang with friends.
Even though they try with the chat button.
They will try forever, but dude, it's just not the place to game with friends. I'm already making plans with a friend on Discord to play the Gears remastered, whatever the fuck they're calling it. I'm gonna play it with Colin, and I'm probably gonna play it with this friend too. But it's like, Xbox, that's the place for friends. PlayStation. The place for friends.
Xbox is not the place for friends anymore. No one's on that.
It is.
No one buys an Xbox anymore.
Oh,
sorry, Micah. I'm just kidding. I don't know, Gene. Any thoughts about this?
I have not. I've only. I'm not saying that I haven't touched my Switch this year because I spent 250 hours in Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Right.
So I've done my Switch time for the year. I think probably for the whole 2025 at this point, right?
Yeah.
That said, I have not turned on my Switch since finishing Xenoblade Chronicles X. I did turn it on just to update it to the firmware. I looked at it and it says, I don't need this shit. Like like Micah said, this has nothing to do with me. Like I don't need a game share or anything like that. Like it'll be nice to share if cool. I want to bring my Switch Lite over. Like for example, for my trip later this month, bring my Switch Lite over and I can make sure I have all my digital games there will work. Mm-hmm. The weird thing though is that like the game card thing. Now every game looks like it's inserted into the cartridge slot because it has a little dot that says the cartridge slot is there. That's annoying. I hate that. Or it's just something I gotta get used to.
Yeah, we just gotta get used to a lot of the changes.
I was like, there's no way I have 10 games in this cartridge slot. Come on, what is this?
Yeah. Come on, dude. Come on.
Let's get real. I don't know, but I'll once I cook up another reason to play a Switch again.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played my Switch really in a long time. We're kind of like at the end of the life cycle, and there's nothing I really want to play on it right now.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X is kind of a swan song, really.
Yeah, the end, I guess. Like for Switch only, yeah.
Yeah, Tomodachi Life, I guess. But But by the time that comes out, the Switch 2 will be out. So it's like
2026.
Tomodachi Life on the Switch 2. So it's like,
yeah. Everything else we're gonna be playing on Switch 2 pretty much. So yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely keep my Switch around forever for as long as it works. I still think it's an awesome system, but definitely nothing new to play on it lately.
Yeah.
Just haven't had a reason to turn it on. So.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like, I think the Switch is a really good console. It's just nothing I want to play on it right now.
Yeah, it's the best one, but just I'll play something later.
Yeah, Yeah. Okay. Well, but Micah's still playing that Switch every day, baby. She's holding it down in Switchland.
We're trying.
We're trying.
I mean, that's the thing. Right now, obviously, with what I said about Lunar earlier, I am taking a little Xbox break right now. But we're gonna get back to Switch. I've much to play over there still, much. And Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, that comes out in August. I might just play that on the light. I mean, that game's just made for handheld, man. Like, it's Story of Seasons. I still got Breath of the Wild coming at some point. So the Switch Lite will get used for that.
God. That'd be so depressing. Just wait a couple of weeks, Micah. Just wait.
I don't have it yet.
Okay,
so I might not get it until after.
You'll get a much better experience on Switch 2. Much better.
Sure. I'm not so sure, Brad.
I'm sure, Micah.
They made it for the Switch.
They made it for the Wii U as well.
It's even worse.
I know.
It's even worse. Maybe I'll get it for Wii U.
Oh my God. That's where Gene played it, though.
Yeah, I'll scrounge up a Wii U copy.
That's a real gamer. That's a real, like, desperate gamer move. That's like a ultimate hipster gamer move, playing Breath of the Wild on Wii U in 2025.
It's a choice for sure.
It's, like, why?
Yeah, it's a choice. That is absolutely for sure. All right. Let's see here. I thought of Eugene just because it's Sega. Ecco the Dolphin is back. In an Xbox Wire interview, Anna Zuzi, I don't know how to say that name, whatever, said, "Me and the entire original team are going to remaster the original Ecco the Dolphin and Tides of Time games, which will make a new third game with contemporary play and GPU sensibilities." And there also was a countdown website that counts down to April 26, 2026. Let me see what it's at right now. Wow, it's at 8,410. 26 minutes and 42 seconds now, so that's a long-ass countdown. We've made fun of Ecco the Dolphin in the past. I know Micah's a huge fan of it, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got like some teases about Ecco coming back a while ago, but now it's like officially happening. Gene, what are your thoughts on this as a big Sega fan?
I'm a big Sega fan. Just, I had fun with Ecco, but I'm not like one of those who are demanding for a re-release or anything like that. This is not like what was Dustin's precious
Tomba?
Tomba, yeah. This is not my Tomba or anything.
No,
not at all.
It's nobody's though. Like
it's
nobody's
Tomba.
It's dozens of people's Tomba, probably, right? But it's definitely not mine, I think.
What is your Tomba?
I mean, like if it comes out, I'll buy it as a collector, and I'll just never play it.
Sure.
Like Soul Reaver. Love Soul Reaver, right? I bought it on PlayStation and I bought it on PC just to make sure I support the project, right? But I haven't played that shit at all. So
yeah. What is your Tomba, Gene? Do you have a Tomba?
Like a platformer, you think, right?
I don't know, like something that gives you that kind of joy that Dustin gets from Tomba.
Yeah, because Dustin's energy when that was announced was unmatched. All right, like it was wow. I haven't seen someone that.
Yeah, what's gonna make you pop off, Gene, if it gets announced like an old game? God Hand, okay, God Hand's a great Tomba for you. I think that's a really good one.
God Hand is my Tomba for sure. If they ever re-release or remake God Hand, God willing, they release it on PC or something. I will. Oh my God, I will. That would be a beautiful, beautiful day.
Yeah, that would be a beautiful day.
Yeah,
excited to finally play it.
You never touched it.
I've never played it. No, I missed it.
There's a reason why it's such a cult peak hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of those old games, Anarchy Reigns, Mad World.
Oh, Mad World, yeah, the Wii game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Wii game. Yeah, all of those games, I think, definitely. But God Hand would definitely be the
God Hand's a good one.
Tomba, yeah, like I popped off when they announced, of course, the FF7 remake, right? Like,
of course, yeah.
I talked about this with you, Brad, like the game trailers reaction to FF7 remake and Shenmue 3.
Yeah.
That was the last time I really felt like I was like exploding with joy,
Yeah.
Shenmue and Final Fantasy 7 at the same time. That was insane.
Yeah, that was an insane moment. Yeah, Mike was crying during it.
Mike was
he was crying for
People
Shenmue.
was crying. Yeah, dude. I was calling like all my friends. Like I haven't talked to them in like 8 years or whatever like that. And it was like the Kamala Harris. Like we did a Joe meme. Like I'm putting my hair behind my ear. Like we really did it. You know, like we really here.
Yeah.
Just like stroking my own hair, like just petting myself. You know, as I'm digesting the news. I don't remember the last time I really felt that, actually. Yeah. I mean, like, even with Elden Ring, I was just like, cool, I can't wait for Elden Ring.
Yeah, because it's like, we knew they're going to do another dark fantasy game. It's from Software. So
exactly. Yeah. It has to be like the impossible thing, right? That you just wouldn't expect. And,
yeah.
And you've been wanting for such a long time.
I kind of had that feeling, not to the scale of 7 Remake, of course, but when I saw Okami coming back, I was like, oh, shit. I never thought that would happen. Onimusha, I think, had more of a chance coming back just than Okami. But the fact that Kamiya's on Konami again, now it's Clover's, was very special to me.
It is huge, yeah. I wasn't as big a fan of Okami as some people.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Dude, if someone doesn't like Okami, I totally get it.
I like it. It's just super long.
It is a long game. It's
like it soured me by the end of the game. So
yeah, it's very long.
But yeah, it's been a while, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Death Stranding confused me. You know, of course, I was excited for that.
We were all confused. Everyone was like, what is this? Is this a game?
Like, and then, yeah, it's the things that you don't expect. Yeah, it'll just have to be God Hand, you know?
Yeah. God Hand's a great pick. I like that a lot.
The one that'll just never happen. It'll just never happen. So
I don't know, man. Capcom's bringing stuff back. Who knows?
Maybe. Beautiful Joe. We need a Beautiful Joe.
I would love to Beautiful Joe. I have like no experience with that series as well.
Really? Oh, that's another one. Yeah.
It's another one I missed. I know.
GameCube, yeah.
Yeah, both of them. I should play those, though. I should make an effort to play Beautiful Joe 1 at least. Someday.
I think Beautiful Joe is definitely more accessible than God Hand is like hard to get into. Like
yeah.
Like this is not a game that I would recommend to Colin or Micah. Absolutely. I feel like they would give it an IGN 3 out of 10, you know?
Yeah.
But Beautiful Joe
special taste. Yeah.
But Beautiful Joe is way more accessible and almost as fun, I think.
Yeah, it looks cool too. I like the way it looks and everything. Cool. So yeah. Micah, what's your Tomba?
Oh, I mean, hands down, what my dream is that the 7th Dragon series would at some point get like the Yakuza treatment. And by that, I don't mean like making a sequel, but just if they ported it to the current hardware, I would hope it would generate enough buzz and interest so that they would like bring more games over. Because that's the only one we ever got in the West in the whole series. And, you know, when I say the Yakuza treatment, like Yakuza 0 is what got me into it. I played that and said, oh my God, these games are great. And then I went through and played a bunch more. And that's what I would hope could happen with the 7th Dragon series. If they put 7th Dragon 3 on the new hardware and more people played it and we got a little bit of buzz going, maybe they'd bring more over. But that is the literal, it's not going to happen. They just have not shown any interest in porting more of those games to the West.
Yeah. Man, so many good games I still got to play. It feels like, you know, Chrono Trigger would kind of be one of those moments, Gene, but it's like,
it's already nothing for Chrono Trigger, honestly. Yeah.
You feel nothing?
I was also thinking about that too. I was like, Chrono Trigger would have been it, right? But like at this point, I'm like, I kind of don't care anymore. And
sure,
you know, I would like, I mostly agree with people that says I would just have a re-release on like a proper re-release.
Yeah, I'd be totally fine with that. I don't necessarily need an HD 2D remake.
Yeah, or even a full-on remake too. Like, I wouldn't want to. I don't think I need a full-on 3D remake too. I'd rather like they just make another game that's like Chrono Trigger but full-on 3D.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. You know,
like if they do something with Chrono Trigger, I'd hope it'd be like the 7 approach in the sense that you have the original on modern hardware.
Yes. Then
you could do another version as well.
Yes,
just if you have both options, I really
don't do this. Don't do the fucking fuck ass Konami approach where you just remake the game and be like, oh well, if you want to play the originals, fuck off then, though. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's the worst, you know.
Yeah.
Like at least Konami is like really re-release MGS3, you know, and Delta. Like good on them.
Yeah, they did the Metal Gear collection, so that's nice. Still waiting for Metal Gear Solid 4, guys. On modern hardware. Let's go.
Yep.
Get that off PS3. All right. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Micah, we're going to start with you because you were talking about Lunar at the start. Let's hear it.
All right. this is gonna sound like Jerry Seinfeld level of petty. You know, like he always came up with like the worst reasons to break up with women.
Yeah.
I have. It's just here's what happened. Okay, in Lunar, the healer sings a song every time she heals you, and God is my witness, I can't take it anymore. I can't fucking stand it. And you have to heal, like you must. You simply must. But
You must.
I can't stand it. And then I said, all right, I'll just turn the sound off. And this isn't a diss, it's just a fact. The combat in Lunar is so simple that without any sound, then it's just boring. Like it just is.
Yeah.
And so losing the sound effects and like the character voices takes away too much. But I can't stand hearing this bitch sing her stupid little song like 10 times. I can't do it anymore. So the most mild of spoilers. I asked Colin, does she stay in your party the entire game, or can I at some point switch her out? Like, will I get more characters and I can switch her out? And he was like, yeah. So I put it down for right now because I'm just going to be honest. I was like seething.
Yeah.
I just hated it so much. But knowing that you can eventually switch her for someone else, I'm going to go back to it. I'm going to power through, until I get another party member and can like get rid of her. But I am just like, bro, I can't fucking listen to that song anymore. I can't do it. It was driving me up the wall. So we're going to put Lunar in timeout for now and get back to it. And then so I started playing Expedition 33. However, this had its own problem, not with the game, but with Xbox Remote Play. I was not aware. I just played my Xbox on handheld like 2 weeks ago. I was playing Zoo Tycoon, right? And since then, they removed Xbox Remote Play from the Xbox app. So, of course, I'm using my Logitech G Cloud, and I power it up, and I go to click on the Remote Play option, and it says Remote Play has moved to Xbox.com. And so I am not 100% sure on the details. These are things, this is what I saw on Reddit. They now allow you to purchase Game Pass and games through the Xbox app. But because of their agreements, I guess, like with the app stores like Apple and Google, if you buy the game in an app, you can't play it in the same app, or you have to pay a fee to Apple and or Google Play Store. So Microsoft is like, all right, well, we'll let people buy the games here, but you can't play them in here. But instead of making a separate Remote Play app, now it's through their website. And it sucks. All right. It does not work. I mean, it works, but because at first I thought it was going to be like, okay, I went to test it out, and it actually gives you an option automatically. It's like, you can create a shortcut so that it looks like one of your apps on the G Cloud, and you just click on it and it launches the website, right? And it's pretty seamless. It was so laggy, though. Just the main menu in Expedition 33, the music was stuttering every few seconds.
Oh, no.
And like in that game, there's like pedals going across your screen on the main menu. They were lagging like shit. And I said, all right, this is not gonna work. And I really was thinking that they just brick my handheld right here, because this is just unplayable. Because it previously, like, Remote Play just worked on your local Wi-Fi, and it was great because I had good Wi-Fi. And now that you have to use like their website as this pass through, it sucks. So I went online on Reddit. People were suggesting the XB Play app, which is an app that you pay for, but it uses the Xbox login as a pass through, and then it's the Remote Play, and it's been perfect. So I did the free trial. PSA for everyone out there, if you're interested, they have a free trial. I think it let me play for like 30 minutes. And then I said, yeah, the performance here is perfect. So I went ahead and bought it, and I'm very happy with it. Now I've played for like 4 hours. It's been great. But like, if you're in the same boat as me, being very disappointed about the change they made to Xbox Remote Play, I would suggest this XB Play app and check out the free trial first. But it's working great for me. I'm just infinitely disappointed in Microsoft doing this, because it really did take a great service and just tank it. Like, this is useless now. I'm sitting 2 feet from my Xbox and it's lagging like crazy trying to use their Remote Play website. So all that aside, I love Expedition 33 so far. like one thing I was really nervous about was the parry system because people said it was difficult, and it is difficult, but it also lets you have two choices. You can parry or dodge, and dodging's easier. So I'm just dodging, and it takes longer for me to beat an enemy because I'm not getting that bonus damage, but I'm surviving and I'm still doing like my own damage, and it's been great. So
Cool.
For anyone who's intimidated about that, it's really manageable. You may not ever master the parry system. I don't think I will, but I am doing just fine with learning like how to dodge and just learning the patterns, and it's much more manageable that way. So I'm having a great time with it. Voice acting, great. Music, fantastic. I absolutely love the look of this game. The different places you go are so dreamy. There's one section that I really love where it's essentially like it looks like you're underwater, but you're still on land.
Yeah.
And it is just so dreamy. I love it. Playing this game really, it's so whimsical. It's something just that I hadn't seen in a little bit in a game. So I'm having a fantastic time with it. I like the story so far. It's intriguing. I like kind of the mystery of they're kind of living in this, horrible reality, but it's so interesting. So, I was worried maybe it'd be too depressing. And it's definitely sad. The whole concept is sad, but the mystery is so juicy that I'm fully invested. I'm having a great time, and it's very fun. The combat's really fun. Like Gene had mentioned previously, the exploration is not great just because the controls are not very tight. Like the jump is bad. Sometimes you just get stuck on stuff.
Wait till you do some of the mini games later, man. Oh my God damn it.
It is extremely strange, like the overworld, and when it like zooms way out for you to kind of go between quadrants on the map. And at first I thought, did I press a button and zoom something out? Because it just looked so bad. These are like very minor complaints, but it's what I want to say about the game is that while I feel like it lacks a little bit of polish so far, like those are the things that I nitpick about, but these are not unplayable. It's just a lack of polish. The controls when you're navigating the world feeling a little weird, but during combat nothing feels off. During combat it's perfect and pristine. So the parts that matter are excellent, and all my nitpicks really are just the finishing touches that I think they'd nail in their next game, should they create another one. But I'm having a great time so far. I'm maybe 5 hours in by now because I played a bit before the show, playing on the big TV. And it was cool to see it on the big screen.
There you go. Mike, I loved how when me and Gene were trying to get you to get a Steam Deck a while ago, and you're like, I don't want to have to go on Reddit and mess with settings and all this stuff. And look at you now.
Well, this was
doing
actually...
all that.
Well, for the Xbox Play app, which is great. I mean, you download the app and it just kicks you over to your Xbox login, and then that's it. So like there is nothing else to change. So if you're lazy like me, this is very seamless solution. But dude, I'm just so mad because my heart sank. I can't tell you how my heart sank when I first saw just how awful it was playing. Because I really was like, they just bricked this $300 handheld I bought.
Yeah.
What the hell am I going to do with this thing now? Because I don't want it for cloud play. It's fucking useless now.
Yeah.
So shout out to XB Play and the developers of that app because it's flawless.
Wait, do you have to pay for that? Is that what you're saying?
This app itself, yes. Like this is an app, like a third-party app that some dude made, and it's excellent. And he also has one for PlayStation. But it was. You can pay something like $3 a month or like $6 a year or $10 for life.
Cheap. Okay.
Yeah. I paid the $10 for life. I got $3 off actually. So I paid $7 for this app.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So very nice. Cool. Well, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying Expedition 33. Very nice.
One other thing. I got to figure out if you can change it. The rumble is way too rumbly. Like it's fucking wrecking my controller. Like it's rumbling like crazy. And I gotta see if you can turn that down somehow because like it feels like it's gonna break my controller.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't noticed crazy rumble on mine, but
you keep rumble on too?
Yeah, sometimes. It depends on the game. If a game is like obnoxious with it, sometimes I'll turn it down or off, but for this, yeah, it's fine. Doesn't
I don't
really
like it
bother me.
when they rumble things that are not happening to you. Like there's an explosion happening off in the distance or whatever, and then suddenly my controller's rumbling. I was like, why am I feeling the rumble? That's
Sure.
not real. That's not realistic at all.
It's not realistic, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe do
it's
like a
not,
light rumble there, not full on rumble.
I mean, like I've been around explosions. It's not like my body's going, oh my god, like, that doesn't happen,
But see, this is why we need more peripheral accessories. We need the Microsoft Rumble shoes.
Rumble
and
shoes,
so
yes,
you put those on, and then when you're
yes.
playing Gears of War and there's
Death
like an
Stranding.
explosion,
Death
you
Stranding
just get a
rumble,
little rumble
right?
in your feet, like you just feel
Death
it.
Stranding rumble, yeah, on your feet.
yeah.
That'd be funny.
Death Stranding, a game I absolutely love. The rumble makes no sense. Why am I feeling the feet rumbles through my fucking fingers? That makes no sense. You know?
I don't know.
Oh, you can feel the pebbles underneath his feet. Why am I feeling it through my fingers? You know?
I don't know. It's the only place we can do it right now.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense, you know. And I'm high, and I'm asking myself these questions all the time. I'm like, why am I feeling my feet through my fingers? What is this? You know? Like,
yeah, because you're probably stoned. That's the reason you're thinking about that shit. No one else is thinking that.
killing my buzz, man. I'm thinking way too many questions that I shouldn't be asking.
Yeah. For me, I've just been playing Expedition 33 as well, so I'll just go now. And I think it's great. It's a really good game. I've talked about it in depth on Summon Sign last episode. I'm very far in the game now. I should probably finish it in a couple of days. But yeah, it's great. Most of my problems with the games are more so nitpicks and this kind of stuff I've talked about. I got to see how the plane lands with the story right now. So far, I'm not like blown away by it or anything like that. Maybe I talked about this yesterday. I think I have maybe like I've seen the reaction to this game, and it may have ruined some of my enjoyment of it, and just the sense that like this is like the highest rated user score game of all time on Metacritic.
That makes sense.
And I'm playing, I'm like, come on, guys. It's like, what?
That makes
no, I'm with you on that. I'm seeing people say, oh, this is a top 5 game for me now. And I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, okay, that probably is a top 5 game for you, but it's like, really? You know, so the expectations definitely went up a bit.
This is what
people talk about it that way.
This is what I was complaining with Ben. It's like, you guys haven't even finished the game, and you're giving it a 10 out of 10. Like,
yeah, that's weird.
It's
finish the game first.
And Brad, tell me what you think about these takes. Okay, love Expedition 33. I actually do consider it one of my best RPGs of all time. That said, I played a lot of RPGs. The takes that piss me off so much is I don't even play this shit. This is the best RPG of all time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I don't even fucking play turn-based crap. But this shit, though, it's the best turn-based game ever. That's like watching Boss Baby as your first movie and then saying, well, Boss Baby is the greatest film of all time.
Yeah. I do think
that's how stupid you sound, you know?
Yeah. I do think there is some of that, definitely, from people. And of course, people are always obnoxious about video games all the time. That's just the way it is. Yeah. On the other hand, I'm hoping this will get more people into the genre. Because they'll be like, oh, this is something I could like and enjoy this. So
go check out Persona 5.
Because I agree as well for the fact that I completely understand that this is the gameplay we love, but without the anime overlay that a lot of people find distasteful or cringy.
That's fine.
I totally understand why people don't like that, generally speaking, and can see this as more approachable. But I'm with you, Gene, of seeing people. Whenever I say I'm with you, Gene, by the way, all I can think of is Eugene, you know, because it's kind of, it sounds like I'm just saying I'm with Eugene, not you, comma, Gene. And it works either way, honestly, but it's just, that pops in my head every time I say it.
I'm with you, Gene.
Exactly. Like, it works either way. But I'm with you in that it is like frustrating to see people essentially saying this is the first one I've ever played and it's the best one ever made. And it's like, well, maybe try a couple more now.
Yeah. A better way to say it is, you know, I'm not really into this crap, and I'm really glad Expedition 33 is kind of like opening my eyes to this stuff. Or it's doing something for me that other games haven't. Like, all of that stuff makes complete sense and is valid, but I've never watched a movie before, and the first movie I watched is the best movie I've ever seen. Like, that's what you guys are saying, you know, or that's what you guys, but that's what these people are saying, you know. And there's not a ton of people, but like, there's a lot of like YouTube creators that keep saying that crap, and it's like so stupid.
Yes, and especially too because Like so far, like I said, I'm about 5 hours in. The writing so far, I'm very intrigued with where it's going, but I have a couple little things that have popped up that I'm like, that doesn't really make sense. Like not a spoiler, but to say like,
Oh, watch out! Oh, the spoilers! Oh my god!
I know.
Ben stars in the game. People are gonna freak out. Oh my god!
Everybody, stay calm, okay? There's a section where you are separated from one of your party members. And in the game, it literally is like overnight. But when you reunite with her, it's as if she's been like gone for like a long time and she's made all these friends and shit. And I'm like, we were gone for like 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like just such a major plot hole. It literally is. It's like, I mean, maybe I was supposed to think that we were actually separated for days, but it felt like we were only separated for a few hours.
Oh, I see what you mean.
She's suddenly, you know, Jane meets Tarzan and she's the king of the island and shit. And I'm like, what happened? We were gone for like, we went out for dinner basically, came back and you had to start a whole new life.
Yeah.
And so there's little things like that again, excellent game so far, but it's a level of polish. It's something that just in a game like Final Fantasy, you know, the story clicks together a little more solidly, you know, without so many little holes. And it's things like that I'm like, yeah, this is excellent so far, but I don't think it's going to end up in my top 5.
Yeah, it's like, I just want to say, I think what they accomplished for probably their circumstance and their scenario, what they did was really, really good.
Absolutely.
Really good.
Like,
Yeah.
I still am. Every time I enter a new area, I'm like, man, look at this. It just the imagination to it, not the graphics. I'm saying like the actual imagination behind it is so cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know dick about France or French culture, so it's kind of fun to see their take on this. Like it's really cool.
They like baguettes and wine. That's all you got to know. And
butter.
saying "Mon ami," they like that.
Mes amis.
Oui, oui.
Mes amis. Yeah, oui, oui.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah.
Putain.
Yeah, that's all I gotta know. But yeah, it's just been a weird game for me, Gene, because there's so many things I like about it. Like I love the world map and stuff like that, because like, you know, it's stuff we grew up on. It's very a fun new take on it. But as I play some of it, like some of the cracks start to show in some things, like going through areas, and I'm like, this is kind of like the act of going through this area is not very interesting to me, and they don't really introduce new ideas to go through them and make it more interesting. Like I went through a dungeon recently that was so fucking long, dude, and I was like so done by the time I got to like the end of it. I was like, dude, this needs to end now, kind of thing like that. I'm like, you gotta keep things going and like keep things changing. And I guess that's just me being like, well, this is the highest rated user game of all time, so I expect crazy shit constantly. But that could be just a matter of perception and expectations. I don't know. But yeah, it's an excellent video game. I love the combat. It's super fun. It's great. I love the build variety. All that shit is top tier. So, but yeah, I'll see how I feel about it when I finish, because they got to nail that landing for me on the story for me to really be like, yeah, okay. But yeah, great voice acting. Really good game. Really enjoy it. All right, Gene, what about you? What have you been playing?
Still wrapping up Expedition 33 again. I want to talk
post game stuff. Yeah,
post game stuff, right? Oh, spoilers! There's post game stuff.
Post-game,
God.
You're telling me you can keep playing after the game ends?
Crazy!
Damn it.
I can't believe that there's stuff to play after the credits roll. Oh my god! You know, some of you people are really ridiculous, and I'm glad some of you guys actually see it now too.
The super boss thing was funny to me. I'm like, that's literally every like role playing game or JRPG. There's always super bosses.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And you know what? Spoiler alert! I never fucking play them either. I hate that they include those.
They're not mandatory.
The ones in Octopath can go fuck themselves. All right, like it's Octopath 1 specifically.
Those
dude,
are crazy.
I got so angry.
Those are crazy.
Because I played your game for like 60 hours, bro. And then you're basically going to give me half an ending. And I only get the real ending if I grind for like 20 more hours. I can't tell you how upset that makes
Sea of
me.
Stars. They're like, collect this thing all throughout
I
the world.
wasn't doing that shit.
I didn't do it. I was like, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing that.
I was like, you know what? I can't. Oh, no, I actually can't say that. But I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. I was like, no, that actually is a spoiler. But I was fucking done with that game, and I was content with where the ending left off.
I looked it up. Yeah,
Brad, I'm glad you brought up the dungeon, the navigation stuff. Like, I think for me, the stuff that made it a 3.5 out of 4 stars. Again, people are like, "Oh my God, Gene, you only gave it 3.5 out of 10 or 3.5 out of 5."
Exactly.
I literally say in the podcast, and I repeat all the time, it's 3.5 out of 4 stars. I'm using the Washington Post scale for my section. I gotta do it. I can't do 10 out of 10 or anymore. They fucking closed down our video game site, so I don't make the rules anymore, right? I gave it 3.5 out of 4 stars. Part of it is because I think the level navigation sucks, because all it just does the same old stupid God of War shit, where it's like, oh my God, Kratos can leap over skyscrapers, but let's make sure that he just bunny hops on each ledge. Whoop, bloop, bloop, because that's video game fucking design these days. We all got a fucking copy Uncharted all the time. You like, do a ledge shimmy, bloop, 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 bloop.
This bitch is floating, okay? Like, this one bitch is floating across the map, but she can't do more than a hop.
Yeah.
Like, I was so angry because it's like, she floats.
Yeah.
But all she can do is kind of like hop.
Well, the crazy thing that is the game literally does have a more interesting method of traversal. The grappling hook that they all have, and then and then they can also just make up chroma vines that they can climb up. So it's like, why aren't we doing that all the time as opposed to just ledge shaming up all the time like we're fucking Nathan Drake or whatever? I hate that shit. It looks ugly. It looks ugly and it's stupid and it's boring. And that's my point about Expedition 33, like copying too much of AAA. That the game is much better when it's just AA. Yeah, because that's when it's focusing on its strength. It's a brilliant game. I love the game, and I think it's easily Game of the Year. And I actually consider it like a top 10 RPG of all time at the very least. Top 5 might be a lot, but I can see it getting up there. So it's like all the glazing and the hyperbole over this game, I totally get. But it's also fair to talk about it fairly, and I think some of that stuff with exploration does kind of, like Micah mentioned that she likes the flying water section, which is, again, no spoilers. It's the first section you go to, guys. Okay.
Yeah, it's extremely early.
Yeah, it's extremely early, but I actually didn't like the game that much during that section because a lot of it had to do with like fucking ledge shimming and platforming and stuff like that, So that kind of turned me off a little bit. Thankfully, the game kind of like locks in a little bit better, and like all the post game stuff is mostly devoid of that stuff. It's mostly like dungeons and fights and everything like that, which is excellent to me. So just cleaning that up, I actually finally made it into New Game Plus for Expedition 30. Spoiler alert! There's a New Game Plus. You can play the game again. Oh my God! So they actually increased the difficulty, so the enemies are a bit tankier. That said, I'm so strong that I'm still killing everything in one hit. So it's an interesting experience. So I'm actually challenging myself to do solo character runs only.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
It's that's what I love about Expedition 33 is that you can just like take your entire party out and you just be one person, any person you want in the party, and just power through the whole game that way. I love being able to role play that way. I'm just a guy or a girl just wandering around this world fighting monsters. I love that. It's for me that taps into like the childhood memory I had with Dragon Quest 1. Where it's like you're only Erdrick and you're just walking around as Erdrick, walking around and fighting bad guys, So I always love to relive the Dragon Quest, my first RPG ever run. And that's what Expedition 33 does that for me.
Nice.
I guess that's it. Yeah, I'm actually replaying on the Xbox.
Okay.
I actually resubscribed to the Xbox Game Pass because Game Pass is actually worth something now. There's Oblivion, there's Expedition 33. It's a good way to play the Gears trilogy again. So I'm thinking about doing that, especially since Gears of War 1 was announced for all modern platforms again, right? But this time on PC and PlayStation.
Yeah.
Is it coming to Switch too? Do it?
No, we don't know yet. They haven't really said anything about Switch 2 yet, Microsoft. So we'll see. I'm sure some games will come, but I don't know.
It's nice to have it on Switch too, but as long as it can run on the Steam Deck, then I think, that'll be enough.
It's possible, yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing on Game Pass again and having a great time. The game looks great, and it's nice to make some use out of my now $600 Xbox Series X. I'm really finally making use of that thing, so it's good stuff. As well as I'm also playing on the Xbox, so there's been a lot of Xbox the past week. And I can't talk about it yet, but I'll talk about it next week, I guess. But it's Doom the Dark Ages, baby.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So, a lot of questions about, how it's different. Brad, which Doom did you like better, 2016 or Eternal?
I love them both.
Which Doom guy are you?
I think I slightly prefer Eternal just because of movement and the flow. I liked the flow a little more, I think. But I do play a mouse and keyboard, so that might help a lot with like the movement. I'm not sure though.
But. Oh, totally. Yeah. Especially with the flame belch and the grenades.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think Doom Eternal, there's a lot more to manage, and I think that could be annoying for people, and I totally get that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like with Doom Eternal, once I really clicked in and all the stuff, like just some of those encounters were awesome.
Yeah.
I love them. But Doom Eternal is a very demanding game. It's just like nonstop beating you down pretty much.
It is very, very demanding. It's exhausting. Right?
Yeah, it's an exhausting game. Yeah.
Exhausting. And if you're just playing on a regular controller, then I feel like that using all of those like different moves that you need to like flame belch and bomb and like power glove melee to like get ammo and armor and all that stuff, like that loop is interesting and cool, but it's very exhausting, especially on a regular controller. A mouse and keyboard, I imagine that's way, way more easy to manage.
It was easy for me, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually played it on the Xbox Elite controller, and it was the only game I actually used all four back buttons at the same time. So like all the back buttons were tailored to the different like flame belches and everything on that, grenades and melee. So like once I had that locked in, then it became like a sublime experience, right? When you just like really, really like meshed in with the systems. But then until you really lock in and you're really like intertwined with the systems, and it's very exhausting. And that's why 2016, I'm more of a 2016 guy, because like I get the brilliance of Eternal, and the movement is amazing, like you're flying all over the place, so good. But 2016 is definitely just like more chill and fun game to play. So that's one of the bigger questions for Dark Ages is which Doom are we getting? So I'm definitely excited to talk about that more.
Cool. Awesome.
That's about it, though. I think.
I'm
not really playing. I want to play. I want to get to the Days Gone remaster.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, I was playing Days Gone for a bit, and then they announced the remastered. I was like, I'll just drop this.
Take a break.
Take a break and play it in a month and a half. There's too many other games to play right now, so I'm actually really excited to play some Days Gone. Once I actually finished Doom last night, so
cool.
I think I'm actually finally back in the realm of I can play whatever fuck I want for a little bit, which is great. It was exhausting because like people always ask like, oh, Gene, does having to review all the latest games like make it suck or tired? Like, yeah, man, I was not in the mood to play Expedition 33 because I was like in a Devil May Cry mood, because the Devil May Cry Netflix just came out and I just wanted to play a high octane character action game, that Devil May Cry. So when E33 landed in my inbox, I was like, I don't want to play a fucking turn-based game, like even if it was Dragon Quest 12, I would not be in the mood for it, right?
Yeah, sure.
Thankfully, I was able to focus it in and I really enjoyed Expedition 33. Now, that fucking game got me in a big mood for turn-based games, and now I got to play Doomed Dark Ages. So like once that came in, I was like, God, man, it's such like a huge vibe shift, like a mental shift as a reviewer. Like imagine playing something as lovely and as like serene as Expedition 33, and it's like, oh, here's Doomed the Dark Ages, the most metal game ever. It's like you have to like be paying attention and like moving fast and shooting things and blood everywhere. Like. Movie critics have an easier time because you can just watch a movie, no problem. So it's an hour and a half, whatever, right? But there's a reason why book critics don't read every book, because there's a reason why there's book critics for criticism for fantasy. There's book criticism for nonfiction. You don't got nonfiction book critics reading fiction all the time because like you have to like really immerse yourselves in this world, and that's what games kind of demand too, like like I have to like rip my Expedition 33 self out and to become Doom guy, and that's kind of a jarring experience. And it's been struggling to kind of balance that out, especially in the past year or so, where a lot of games are just kind of coming in at the same time.
Yeah, I get it because when you cover games for a living, and I want to clarify this, it's like I'm not complaining that I have to play games for my job at all. Whatsoever.
No, same here.
I'm not complaining. Yeah, none of us are.
The firstest world problem ever.
Exactly.
I totally get it. Yeah, I totally understand. Like,
I know,
it's a luxurious problem to have.
People hearing this and be like, "What the fuck's their problem?" And I totally get that.
I totally get it. Yeah, fuck me for that. Yeah, exactly.
Because but I agree with you. Sometimes you're just kind of in the mood for a certain thing, and you're like, okay, well now I got to play this thing when I'm not necessarily in the mood for it.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I don't have to deal with that stuff necessarily. Like, I mean, you're a professional critic, so you kind of have to do stuff for your job and stuff like that. And I play stuff for my job, but it's like, Colin doesn't say like we have to play this game or something like that. We play what we want to play. The only thing is with me is it's like, if a new game comes out and we don't talk about it or something like that right away, people are like, why aren't you guys talking about this sort of thing? So there always is some kind of pressure to at least cover something to an extent right away. Yeah. But still, it's not a huge deal. Like, I'm playing Expedition 33 and I'm like, this is great. But I'm excited when I get back to Oblivion as well, because I do want to play more of that game.
Damn. Yeah. See, like, Oblivion would be, well, I don't know. Like, I think Oblivion would actually be super nice to get into right after Doom: The Dark Ages. You know, another first-person game, another Bethesda game. You know, obviously not ITech, but you know, something calm and again serene. Yeah, man, Oblivion might be the medicine I need right now.
Yeah, because Doom's coming out soon.
I need to play KCD. So
KCD, yeah. Big game, though.
A lot of fucking games, man. Days Gone and KCD are actually two games I need to get back to. Yeah, so there you go.
There's so much. There's just so much. And obviously, I don't review games like you do, Gene, but I do try to somewhat keep up with what's current, of course, you know, so I could be part of the spoiler cast here and there and be part of the conversation. And it is just tricky to pick, well, which one, like with Lunar and Expedition 33 both arriving on my doorstep within 3 days of each other. And it's like, I gotta pick one. And it's just overwhelming right now. And then the shitty thing is that there will be a point in the year where there's such a lull of games, and it's good to go back and play things you missed. But the chaos definitely kind of gets the listeners, you know, fired up too, because there's so many new things coming out all at once.
Yeah. Kind of feels like it. There is no breaks anymore in games. I feel like it's just, there is no catch up period.
I mean, thank God Grand Theft Auto got delayed. I'm upset about that. But
please, delay it all you want, man.
It's going to be a huge game. So.
And speaking of no breaks, I have one more game to talk about. It is Marathon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I played a little bit more of the Marathon Alpha. And what did I say last time? I said it sucked.
I think you said you were more negative on it than positive, I believe.
Yeah. I'm still more negative than positive on it. But when you get a good run and you escape with a lot of loot, that always feels pretty good. And you're like, damn, you know.
Yeah, that extraction feeling.
But that's the extraction hook right there, right? It's always kind of a gamble or whatever. But man, this game desperately needs solo queue. Like it's interesting to hear like everyone unanimously saying that, but it's like I can't even stress it hard enough. It's like you will not get enough players if you don't balance it for solo. It sucks to play with randos all the time, right? I can't get games with people because you know people have different schedules, and also it's also a closed alpha, so not everyone even has a game.
Yeah.
So maybe the game will be a lot better, obviously, once it releases or whatever. But I can kind of understand like the different tier of maps that they'll have, whereas like the first map is like where you get your basic stuff and you finish your contracts or whatever. And then the second map is a little harder. And then this third or fourth map, you're on the ship marathon. And that's like when the real game begins, you know. But then you have to be like geared up for it, you know. So having that as a goal, like a goal that I'm chasing, would be nice, you know. Like the thing with Marathon right now, the alpha, is that it's hard to feel like I'm connected to the game because I don't really have a goal in mind other than finish this contract here and finish that contract here. And it's like, no, it needs to feel like I'm contributing to something larger,
like a long-term progression kind of thing. Like a long-term progression,
some kind of longer-term progression, at least in terms of even if it's just story, not even gear, because the game is literally telling you, oh my god, it'll be there until the end of the season, and it's like fuck, you know, like
yeah.
like I'm gonna unlock 8 more vault slots for the season. It's just like that's it. Inventory slot is precious. I guess it is precious for an extraction shooter, but it's like I don't know, man. So
yeah, from what I've heard, it just sounds like it doesn't have the legs necessarily right now. The amount of content that it needs.
Yeah, I don't know what like it definitely doesn't have the content now, and it needs to definitely have it more of it. But I think the solo queue is like so necessary. Like
sure,
this is, like especially if you want to draw in like more casual players, that's just the way it goes. That's why the reason why Battle Royale Fortnite worked is because you can play that solo. You don't have to be locked in 3.
That's true.
Apex Legends is struggling right now because you kind of have to be in 3, but you can also play that solo too.
Yeah, is it like a squad fill or it's like I think how it works in Marathon is or supposed to work is you can play solo, but you're going to be going against other people that are in groups kind of thing.
Yeah, you're going to be going against other people in groups, and the game is certainly not balanced for that because I've definitely tried to do solo runs and I've lost every single one. I've always died. I always lose all my shit. Because even the NPC AI, they're pretty tough.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
1v1 for AI, that's no problem, right? That's like fighting an elite, right? But it's like, what if you just fight 3 different elites and you're kind of weak already, so. And like they're kind of stronger than elites too. They take longer to kill and they hit harder. So I don't know. The game is definitely not balanced just to try solo. And believe me, I've tried, and it's just not fun. Doesn't work. I really tried to force this game into being like, oh, maybe I can just chill and just do contracts over. Nope, just not viable. So, yeah, and I'm not a bad player. I like when I'm playing against other players, like I would win like some engagements. So it's like I would call myself like your average first person shooter player, and I was still losing against the AI. Which is not that smart, but they're okay actually. But they're smart, but they just don't have a lot of movement. Like elites can do rolls, they can climb the things, and like these guys just kind of like stomp around. So like the enemy variety isn't there,
right?
So it's like the more like if you just list out things about Marathon, like it all sounds negative, and it kind of is, but. Some parts of it can be fun, and I can like we need the full game, and like I really do think that releasing the alpha in the state was actually a bad idea. I think it convinced less people that the game is going to be good.
Sure. Yeah, maybe.
Especially since the player count is dropping like over time. Like people are trying it out, and just like people are trying out their exclusive closed alpha, and they're not coming back in. So
yeah, we'll see how it comes. Sounds like it needs to come out later than when it's supposed to.
Yeah, everyone keeps talking about how it needs to be delayed or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I think so.
I think so. If it's going to come out with not a lot of content, it should probably delay it a little bit.
Here's the all-time peak is 6,700, and the 24-hour peak was 600. So not a lot of people playing, honestly.
Yeah. All right, let's move back into the news, unless you guys got anything else you want to talk about, but I think we're good. Okay. A new Star Wars collection is now available. Gene's favorite. Star Wars Grand Collection comes with 9 games here.
Oh my god.
We got Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Republic Commando, Episode 1 Racer, The Force Unleashed, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Bounty Hunter, and Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. To be fair, these are all pretty good Star Wars games.
More like Jedi Power Bottoms.
Wow. Jeez. A lot of good Star Wars games on here, though. Both Jedi Knight games. I haven't played Republic Commando, but I know people like it. Episode 1 Racer is surprisingly good. Force Unleashed is okay. KOTOR 1 and 2, people love those games. Bounty Hunter, I haven't played, but Jedi Power Battles, fun little game. I probably won't check this out because there's 2 billion games to play right now, but 9 games for one card? That's pretty good.
All great games. I hate Star Wars, but these are all great games.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Even Force Unleashed, although I think the Force Unleashed, the one on the Switch, is the Wii version, right?
Oh, is it? Oh, man, that's funny.
which is not a bad version, but it's definitely not the God of War like character action game. I think.
Right, not like the other version. I haven't played the Wii one, but
I love
that is funny.
I never played the Wii version. It looks kind of cool, but actually, I think I bought it and I just never played it. Again, one of those games I just buy it just to have it. But
yeah, that happens to me a lot. Too much, in fact.
Jedi Knight games probably have the best lightsaber combat out of any game. Like the most innovative.
Yeah.
I love using the mouse for.
Yeah, the mouse works really well on it. Definitely. Yeah. Well, they were PC games, I guess. So, Micah, which game are you playing first on this list when you buy it?
Oh, wow. I guess I'd start with episode 1 Racer.
Okay.
That's a
cool game, actually. It's a really fun racing game.
Bad. Yeah, I like racing games. So.
Yeah, it's fun, actually. Shout out, dude.
Is the blue guy kind of like an elephant nose? Is
Max Rebo? I don't think he's in that, no. You could be Sebulba. Or you could be little Anakin. Glub Shido. Yeah, I forgot who's in this game. There are some weirdos in this. I'm not going to go down this list. I'm not going to look at all the racers.
Can I be the corpse of that old couple that get like annihilated?
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be good, yeah. You could probably be Salacious Crumb. I don't know. Bosk. Whatever weird Star Wars character you want to be, you could be in it. An Ewok, sure.
They shove Jabba the Hutt into one of these little pod racers. So he's like sticking out of the top of it like Donkey Kong.
That'd be sick, dude. I would love that. That'd be cool. All right, well, bunch of Star Wars games on Switch if you're curious about them, because like we were saying, there's a lot of good Star Wars games on that list. So if you missed them, good time to check them out. All right, next thing we got here, NieR Automata and Astral Chain dev leaves Platinum Games.
It's over.
All right, so this is from Famitsu originally, but I'm reading what Genki wrote on Twitter. NieR Automata game designer and Astral Chain director Takahashi Taura has confirmed that he has left Platinum Games and has started his own studio called EO Game Studio. He says he is one of the founding members and can't say much else at the moment. Platinum Games, Gene, just going down, just sinking, losing a lot of those big names. But maybe we'll get something new from this guy. A new character action game, perhaps, Gene? Be pretty sweet.
Yeah. It's just a bummer that Astral Chain is probably dead forever. Astral Chain is another Tomba, maybe. Right?
Astral Chain, I was hoping they would get a Switch 2 update. Yeah. Because I haven't played it yet.
Oh, yeah. Switch 2 update would be nice. Yeah, it's great. I think it's definitely one of the most unique character action games ever because... it's just not trying to be like, oh, this guy has more moves. It's like, what if you control 2 characters at the same time? Which is, I think, the premise of Scalebound was supposed to be. That I'm sorry, Micah, so bring that up. But yeah, like
just never heal. Some wounds.
Same here.
Brad, you don't understand. All right, like every E3,
I was excited for Scalebound.
More and more. Not as excited as I was.
No, not because I was like, oh, this is like Nero and Dante mixed again with this character. He's got some Beats headphones. Okay, cool. But like fighting with a dragon character action game from Kamiya, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, exactly. Like it felt like you were supposed to be fighting with the dragon and the character itself, and that's kind of like what Astral Chain became. Like you're fighting with yourself, with your cop, and then your Astral.
Bayonetta 3 kind of had stuff like that, didn't it? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Yeah, with
that summon thingy.
That was cool.
A little bit of that,
just too intense for the hardware, but cool.
Way too intense, and that's why Astral Chain was a little, just like linear. It would have linear levels. Really, really crazy story.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even call it good, honestly.
No,
I would not call it good, but it's interesting and it's definitely like evocative of a lot of different anime and. Yeah, I mean, it's also interesting to just be like a future sci-fi cop. I love that game, though.
Yeah.
And the weapons are sick. You get a police baton, a greatsword, and a gun.
Cool.
And you switch between the 3 of them. It's so sick.
Yeah, that's sick. That is sick.
See, Gene, every time this game comes up, one day you'll convince me to play it, but then another day you'll be like, I actually wouldn't maybe recommend this like for a specific reason. Then I'm like, all right, then I won't buy it. And then like right now you're reeling me back in. Like I've had this in my cart and out of my cart on Amazon so many times, just because every time we talk about it, it's like there's one thing that'll like really reel me in, and then there's something else you'll say that I'm like, I don't know if that's for me.
I have no idea.
You just
honestly,
keep reeling me back.
Your taste is way harder to clock than anyone else's, Micah, because you surprise me a lot. I sometimes like I make the mistake of like framing you and Colin as the same person. I say no, Colin is a pickier eater in this regard, whereas you actually like experiment. Like you play Kingdom Come Deliverance for fuck's sake, like that's insane. So it's like I feel like Astral Chain could work for you. The platforming kind of sucks though in that game though. That's for sure.
That's what it was. That's what it was. There was one time we talked about it and you mentioned the platform and I was like, oh, and that was when I was like, And then I took it out of the cart.
Yeah. You're not really jumping, but you're like throwing your monster over, and then like the monster will like drag the chain over to get you onto different platforms. So it's not like Mario platforming. Yeah. But it's annoying as fuck. So I don't know. I'll try to find a video of like one of the more annoying levels. So that's the kind of stuff that keeps me from replaying it again, because it's like that old meme. It's like, oh man, you're ready to replay that game, and then suddenly you remember that part, and you're just like, ugh,
Yes, that actually would be a fun like exercise to come back with of like thinking about games specifically like that. There's always a moment, when I replay a beloved game, and it's like, oh fuck, now I gotta help, like Red Dead, and it's like, you gotta go like lasso some cows or some shit. Like I hate this part. There's just always like, I gotta do a horse race. Like I fucking hate the horse race. There's always a moment like that in almost every game where you're like, no, not this part.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see what he's got cooking in the future. Hopefully something good in his new studio.
For sure.
All right. So this isn't necessarily Nintendo related. It could be in the future. We don't know yet though. But GTA 6 has been delayed, but we also got a new trailer.
Great.
GTA, instead of coming out in the fall like it was originally said to be, it's now coming out May 26, 2026. So over a year from now. So keep waiting, everybody. But to kind of soften the blow, today they showed a new trailer of the game, which we haven't seen a trailer for this game for like a year and a half. So we finally got a new one.
2023 is when we saw the trailer, man. That's crazy.
Oh man, yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I refuse to watch it, by the way. I'm really excited. I love Grand Theft Auto 5, but it's like I'm not into edging, all right? I'm not watching this shit. I will play the game when it actually comes out, but you're not doing this to me like, oh, here's another trailer. The game comes out in over a year. Like, fuck you. I'm not doing this. I'll wait. Like, I'm so angry. I'm so excited. I was so excited, Brad. I loved Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, we're all, dude, everyone's excited for Grand Theft Auto 6. It's going to be like a monumental
Colin's
moment.
Not very excited.
Well,
why not?
He's somewhat excited.
I don't know. I stopped asking why about Colin and that kind of stuff.
Oh, the ice cream truck's here. You guys want anything?
Yeah, dude, give me a Ninja Turtle pop.
I don't know what they have. I've never been to it. I'm too scared.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. But did you guys watch this trailer? I know Micah didn't. Sorry. So let me say, Gene, did you watch this trailer?
I did.
What did you think?
It looks unbelievable. I mean, what can I say?
It looks really good visually. It's a very impressive game.
Like it looks. The great thing is that like I keep thinking about like when I first saw the GTA 4 trailers, and dude, I'll never forget when I saw the Moving Up Ladies trailer for GTA 4, and like me and my buddy were stoned out of our cord, and we were like, dude, let's watch this fucking new Grand Theft Auto 4 trailer. And then he just looked at me. He was like, why does that shit look like real life? What is this? What kind of game is that, right? And I was like, it's Grand Theft Auto 4. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like when I'm watching this GTA 6 trailer. I'm just like, yo, like if that guy was still around, I'd be like, yo, dude, fucking check this shit out now. This shit looks like real life. It definitely looks like the first game to actually look like a generational leap. It looks like the first PS5 game ever. It's not God of War Ragnarok. It's not Last of Us Part 2 remastered.
Right. Yeah.
This is a PS. This is a real gen game. You know, the lighting looks incredible. The hair looks incredible. You know, the story looks interesting. It definitely looks like it's going to be more serious. So it definitely looks like it's going to be closer to Red Dead than San Andreas or GTA 5. GTA 5 was kind of wacko nutso, right? And San Andreas was also wacko nutso. But I definitely think this is probably more in like with GTA 4 and Red Dead.
Sure, more GTA 4 tone. Yeah, I can see that.
But you know, they also didn't show any gameplay, and you know, which sucks. But also, I had to remind myself, GTA trailers usually don't show a lot of gameplay. They're usually about tone and story and everything like that. So that's what we got. It looks great. I can't wait.
Yeah. It looked very good visually, very impressive. Definitely a showpiece, that's for sure. Like you're saying, for this generation. I am curious to see what it looks like when you're playing actually, and how it plays and all that stuff, of course. But we probably won't see that. But we're all there.
It looks like you can just live in the game, you know.
Yeah, we'll be there, all of us.
Which you kind of do in GTA. Oh, GTA 5 is even less of a simulation than GTA 4 was. But like GTA Online, you can live in that game. You know, just chill out and everything, and everything looks real. It looks like you can just take a vacation in GTA 6, you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that it's coming out in May, you know, it's May right now and it's all hot and humid outside, you know, it feels like a better mood for the game weather-wise than if it came out in the fall and it's all cold and shit.
In Vice City, yeah. Sure, I get it.
No, let's have a spring break in Vice City, you know?
Yeah.
Sounds hot.
Yeah, it's going to be cool, but we got to wait over a year, so...
I might not even be alive by then.
We might all be dead. It's true. We might get blown up by some aliens or something.
Lucia looks hot too. You know.
Yeah.
She looks incredible. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need the dude takes from Micah, but she hasn't watched it yet. So
he's beefy and sweaty and oily.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like that.
Beefy and sweaty.
No.
He's a big beefy boy. The skin looks so realistic. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Now I'm not watching it. No, I refuse. It's a protest. This is my protest. You know,
protesting and fall upon deaf ears. Your message.
It is falling on deaf ears, but I'm boycotting this trailer, and they will not get my view.
Boycotting this trailer.
They won't get my one view.
The dumbest Twitter takes I've seen is, "Oh, it looks like anti-cop," and it's like, dude.
Oh my!
You sound just like Jack Thompson from the, you know.
Yeah.
You sound like Hillary Clinton, you know.
Yeah, it's like you're playing as a criminal. You play as criminals in all of them.
Yeah.
It's Grand Theft Auto. That is literally a crime.
Yeah.
It's literally the crime you get charged with, and like, yeah, you think that the criminals are going to be like, "Oh, hello, officer. Good day today." Like,
I mean, these are the guys who claim that everything is woke or whatever, right? But it's like they don't realize that you sound exactly like Hillary Clinton. Tell them that and see how they process that information, you know? Because Hillary was back in the day saying, "Oh my God, these violent video games, shit like that," you know?
Yeah.
Oh, is that who you want to be? You want to be like Hillary?
Pepe Frog.
A loser?
Peep.
A hate symbol, according to Hillary. Yeah. Peep the frog, yeah.
Oh, is that what she called it? Peep the frog?
No, that was Micah. Micah calls it Peep the frog. Where she just found out last week that it's Pepe after like 10 years, 15 years.
Well, I said to Colin, though, I was like, "Colin, did you know what that green frog's name was?" He's like, "No." So I was like, all right. He didn't know it had a name in the first place. So at least I had something.
True. All right. This is from Big Dumb Stupid Idiot. Hey, Double Fisters. What's more likely? GTA 6 being delayed because of the current build runs like super ass, or they're proving Switch 2 is the throat goat by shoving a GTA 6 port down its suck hole. I'll reach around and listen. Holy moly.
Jesus, dude.
Holy moly.
I'm not going to guess that.
This is our audience. We've done this. We curated this audience.
Reach
Nintendo podcast.
That really got me.
Yeah, that was good.
It's like I skim the notes to be prepared, you know, but I don't read every single word. So like I missed that one.
Yeah. Do you think they're doing a Switch 2 port? Grand Theft Auto still hasn't been ported to anything like Nintendo, not even 5.
No.
If 5 was ported to they did like 30 ports of 5, I felt like.
I don't know if the Switch 2 can handle all that cake.
I don't think Switch 2 will be able to run it. Well, maybe. 6? I don't know.
6? No. Like, it'll definitely be a unique lower end version of it, but like I don't think GTA 6 is going to run 60 FPS on the PS5 Pro. Like let's get real.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not either. Yeah.
I think it's going to be 30 FPS and maybe like uncapped frame rate, but like I think GTA 6 is they're not releasing on PC, so fuck everyone, I guess.
Fuck everyone for a year.
Yeah, for a year or so. Yeah, probably, but
probably.
They're leaving so much money on the table by not releasing on PC, but it's weird.
It doesn't matter. Whenever they do it, they'll still make a ton of money.
I mean,
it just feels like it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter. They're going to make a ton of money no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like the trailer has so many millions of views already. Like it's automatic. It's going to be a cultural milestone.
Yeah, the trailer came out 8 hours ago, and it has 31 million, and that's just on their channel.
Yep.
So people are dying for this game, begging for scraps, pretty much.
Scrounging.
Yeah, please, give me GTA news. Like, you remember that guy at like Jeff Keighley's birthday shows or whatever?
GTA 6.
Jeff's like, so unprofessional. Get out of here. What a shame. It's going to ruin it for everybody.
Jeff wanted to remember when Jeff tweeted he has been arrested. It's like, arrested for what, Jeff?
Yeah, he's been
for interrupting your game show,
Throw him in a Nintendo jail, dude.
Yeah. I think going up on stage during a game show isn't exactly a crime, okay?
Yeah. That'd be awesome to like beat the shit out of the guy in the back or something like that.
Yeah, do
security.
That. Yeah, do that. Yeah, beat it. Jeff looked like he wanted to beat his ass. Yeah,
beat his ass. Yeah, have some guy hold. Can you imagine like security guards holding the guy Jeff, just wailing on him or
Jeff's
something?
Like, yeah, blah. He doesn't sound like that, but
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Exactly. Kojima shows up. He's like, Jeffrey-san, what are you doing? Like,
down a bit. Let's Kojima get in there and beat the shit out of him too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Metal Gear Solid style torture sequence.
Yeah, got to hold on, spam circle to not pass out. Yeah.
Which as I said that, I realized that the audience will probably think that I'm spoiling Metal Gear Solid because I mentioned that there's a torture sequence in the game.
So. Metal Gear Solid came out in 1998, guys. It's not a spoiler.
I forgot though. This is actually related to Expedition 33. I hate that in the start of the game they do that stupid thing where like this game contains depictions of, and then I'm like, well, now I know that's coming. Mm-hmm. I hate when they do. Netflix does this. They'll be like, this special contains suicide, and I'm like, well, that kind of ruins it, doesn't it? Because now I know what's going to happen. And like Expedition 33 has one of those similar warnings at the beginning. I'm like, no, I hate that. Like. Mm-hmm. Because now I'm waiting for it. It's like, why did you do this to me? I meant to shout that out. I forgot to put it in my notes. I can't stand it. It's the Doki Doki Literature Club type thing. It's like, no, don't.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was an annoying spoiler for them.
A lot of people said some shit to me about Expedition. I won't say to you, Micah, but they're like, something. I'm like, don't fucking say that to me. I don't want to know about that. Don't fucking say this shit to me. Mm-hmm. Why are you telling me this? Mm-hmm. Oh, hope that doesn't get ruined for this part. This part doesn't get ruined for you. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't want to know. And then people are accusing me of spoiling things, and I'm just all I'm saying is, oh, the game gets really good later on.
Gene, I can't believe you tell me that right now.
I'm not saying, wait till you get to like 5 hours in, or 10 hours in, or 15 hours in. Like, I'm not saying that shit. I'm just saying, dude, the game gets really fucking good. Like the deeper you go, which is just a broad fucking examination of a game and the game experience,
Yeah.
And no, saying Ben Starr is one of the main characters of this game is not a spoiler.
Yeah.
He is.
God damn it, Gene. Now, here's the best part is that I have no idea what Ben Starr sounds like, so I never played Final Fantasy 16. And funny. So it's like, it's not even a spoiler because I have no idea what the man sounds like. I'm not going to know. Mm-hmm. I'm literally not going to know when I get there. And 90% of the people complaining also would not know.
No, because they're brain dead.
All right,
mentally
here we go.
Ill, as I said on Reddit.
Mentally ill.
Yes.
All right, guys. Xbox game prices are going up. Xbox announced they're raising a lot of their prices. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because Nintendo fired the first shot, the go-ahead, the $80 game with Mario Kart Worlds. And we're already seeing it. Not from Sony, who I thought would maybe do it first. We're seeing it from Xbox coming out swinging right now. So I'm just going to read you a bunch of lists on stuff that's going up. This isn't just limited to games. Xbox Series S, 512 gigabyte, $379 is now $379, up from $300, so went up $80. Xbox Series S, 1 terabyte is now $429 from $349. Xbox Series Digital is $549, up from $449. Series X is now $599 US, up from $499, and Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition is now $729, up from $600. And stuff like the controller is now the wireless controller core is $65, wireless controller color is $70, wireless controller special edition is $80, wireless controller limited edition is now $90, up from $80. Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 Core is $149, up from $139, and Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, Jesus, these fucking names, is $199, up from $179. Xbox Stereo headset is now $65, and Xbox Wireless headset is $120, up from $109. So they're also going to be doing $80 games later this year, and I'm guessing the first one will be Call of Duty. I'm assuming it's going to be $80 because they can easily get away with that. Call of Duty is one of those games people are just going to buy or whatever anyways. But it seems like a very strange thing to do. And we're not an Xbox podcast, but I think it is a very strange thing to do when the Xbox Series S is $380 now from $299. And it's like you can get a PS5 with Astrobot for $400. And that's for an Xbox Series S 512, the lowest possible model.
To get a Steam Deck for that.
Get a Steam Deck, yeah. Like an Xbox Series S 1 terabyte is $429. You can get a Switch 2 pretty much for that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Really? That's so crazy.
Yeah. For Series S.
Series S, man.
Series
doesn't even have a disk drive.
Serious shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say that stands for. Stank shit, whatever.
I mean,
slut.
It's shit now because like the whole point of the Series S is that it was cheap.
Yeah, the cheap entry point. Yeah.
When you look at it, it's like, oh, it's only $300 and you get that much, awesome. But now it has fucking $400. I'm like, like, you can easily get something like as good or better. Like even a Steam Deck, which is not as powerful as the Series S, but it's a lot more versatile. And you can play a hell of a lot more games on it. And guess what? You can still play Avowed and Oblivion and Starfield terribly because Starfield does not run well on the Steam Deck. But, you can play a hell of a lot of games like on the Steam Deck for a lot more versatility and a lot more use than the Series S.
Yeah,
this is unbelievable.
This is not great news at all. Very funny though, the link you included, Brad. As I was just kind of skimming through this, my eyes just fell on an incomplete sentence, but it's perfect. It just says Microsoft gaming boss Phil Spencer recently checked out. And because I'm skimming through it and I'm like, oh, is that really what they said? And it's like, oh no, they were talking about a game he checked out. But reading that sentence with the way my eyes fell on it, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. And, a lot of this is probably because of tariffs and all that kind of stuff. And everyone is going to raise prices and eventually, probably in some way.
Dude, literally, I don't know if anyone else follows Funko, like Funko Pops on social media.
No one does.
They made a Facebook post that literally sounds like someone died. And they're just saying about because they're going to have to raise prices. But the tone of the post is so dire. Mm-hmm. It's actually funny. But yeah, this is just like everybody's raising prices, including my beloved Funko Pops. And they're deeply upset about it. Here. Like, okay, literally just the first sentence. Well, here it comes. The update no one wants to deliver, but we have to address it. Like, this is how I literally thought like somebody died. Okay. I thought like, oh no, did like the creator of Funko Pops die or something? Or like, are they going out of business? And then it's just like, let's talk pricing. And they just go into that they're going to raise the price. I literally thought Funko was going out of business. Is how dire they started off that post.
Yeah. Why don't they just be like, hey, We got to raise prices, unfortunately, because of tariffs and stuff like that. Sorry. Look, guys, we're sorry. We got to have this conversation. No one wants to hear this shit, but Funko Pops.
They literally, it was like you're in middle school and you come home, your parents are like, Brad, we got to have a conversation. And you're like, oh my God, like what? Like somebody died, you're getting divorced. They're like, we're going to get a dog. And you're like, oh, well, all right. And it just wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be. Like they really kind of led into it with that. I mean, what? Like how much are they going to cost anyway? So they're like $10 now. I'll make them $15. I don't know.
Yeah, 12, 13.
It can't be that crazy. I mean, I saw the amiibo prices; those went kind of crazy.
But Nintendo tax.
Like you're not going to pay. Oh, I don't even have a Funko's behind me. I keep pointing as if they're back there. They're way up here. You can't see them.
Can't see. Thank God.
Well, I'll angle it. Look at it. They're all up here.
Ew. You have a King Kai. Well, that's funny, dude.
Oh, dude. Yeah, King Kai, and he came with Bubbles. It's great.
Oh, I love Bubbles. Bubbles is a great monkey. Super cool.
Could 100 men take down Bubbles?
Yeah. No, dude. It took Goku forever to catch him.
That's
Bubbles
true.
got stamina. We can't wear down Bubbles.
That's very true. I forgot about that.
He's too fast.
Oh yeah, shout out to the people who were very upset that I apparently didn't understand Gohan's characterization at all.
Get owned, dude.
3 people who were very upset about it.
I told you, Micah.
Gohan still sucks though.
Yeah,
his name
fun.
means rice. They named him Rice. All right, like
Goku
great.
loves food. He named him after stuff he loves.
That's why Goku sucks. Bad father.
Chi-Chi allowed it.
Chi-Chi's very, she's so hot and cold. Like on the one time she's like really great, and then on another time she allows something like that to happen.
What about
or like letting him come back? I wouldn't have taken his ass back. Oh, you floated back down from heaven. That's great. Go away.
But it's like, what kind of name is Trunks? Like swim trunks, elephant trunks.
There's a lot going on here. Isn't his sister's name Bra?
Yeah, isn't like Vegeta's name like vegetable or something? I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, I mean Kakarot is like carrot.
Yeah.
Raditz is kind of like radish. I mean, they're all strange, but Gohan literally just means rice
or dinner.
So like, it's just funny that's I don't know.
Hey, don't disrespect Toriyama. We won't allow it.
No, I love him. He just created some weak ass characters. They can't all be winners. They can't all be Raditz. They can't all be
the Nappas.
Force. No, they can't all be Nappa. Okay, otherwise the show
Nappa got jobbed the fuck out later on. Oh, Nappa! I'm surprised he never came back.
I know, right? Yeah.
Brought everyone back, and they're like, "Nah, we're not bringing that bald bitch back." I guess I don't know.
Don't talk about Krillin that way.
Yeah, hey, Krillin gets hair later on, right?
He does, yeah.
Krillin's tight. He's like the only human with all these freaks, and he's like still trying to hang in there. I like it.
Yeah. And then he's just like, "I'll marry a robot." Like
she gets turned into a human, back into a human.
Not human enough.
She's just human enough.
That's the thing. Yeah, she's just human enough. It kind of worked, but
yeah. All right.
Final back to Dragon Ball Z podcast.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole. Final thing here for news, we got Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. So we knew this was coming out. Just a few more details that came from Famitsu. I have this right here. Let's see. So there was a From Software Games event held in Tokyo yesterday in Japan or today here. And there's a couple of tweaks they're adding to this Tarnished Edition. We knew about some of these. Players will be able to change the appearance of their Spirit Horse Torrent so you can get some new looks for them. 4 new pieces of armor, weapons, and combat techniques will be added. The characteristics of the Knight of Ides and the Heavy Knight will be added along with the addition of armor. Although performance of these new characters has not been revealed, they will increase the options available to players. So there's new starting classes, 2 new ones. This will also be... also for the Switch edition, comes with the DLC right there. All of it. Shadow of the Erdtree's in there. What a deal. Huge. And that's a massive DLC. Take note, Nintendo.
That's insane.
With Zelda right there.
I know.
Okay.
Well, what the fuck? Right?
Take notes. Yeah. And also, all this extra content, though, you will be able to purchase on other versions of Elden Ring. So if you don't want to play, you can still get this on the Switch too. The other versions. You just got to pay a small fee, I believe. I don't know how much it's going to be, but I'll buy it. Fuck yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be there day 1 on Switch 2. I'm playing it.
Wait, you're playing this on Switch too?
Oh, hell yeah, dog.
Dude, I didn't know that. Shut the fuck up. I didn't know that.
Oh, I mean, we joked about it a while ago. It was like, they put Elden Ring on Switch, I'd play it. But so I'm like, I'll play it.
I mean, I don't believe in you when you're joking like that. But if you're actually going to play it, dude, this calls for like a celebration cake or something. We need like a cheesecake celebration for this or something.
Oh, I love cheesecake. I love to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, man. Cheesecake is super good. What's your favorite cheesecake? Do you like just the normal cheesecake or do you like other versions?
I love a classic cheesecake with like a strawberry fruit topping. That's a classic. Yeah. I also love, though, Publix has the individual slices of cheesecake, which is great because Colin doesn't like it. Mm-hmm. And they have a caramel turtle cheesecake. Ooh. And that is just divine. Yeah. So I tend to like the fruit ones more. They're a little more refreshing.
That little tart action.
Exactly. Oh, they also have a key lime cheesecake.
Oh my God. Key lime is so fucking good.
It's so good. So I love cheesecake, but yeah, I think I lean more towards fruity. But then I love a peanut butter cheesecake. I make a mean peanut butter cheesecake. If you're ever here, I'll make you one.
There's just good cheesecake. Everything. Oreo cheesecake's good. It's just like it's all good.
It's all good, man.
Cheesecake is OP. It's ridiculous. Gene, are you gonna buy this on Switch too? You already have like 5 versions of this game.
Yeah. Having new starting classes is funny because starting classes actually don't matter in the game.
They don't.
Right.
Not really. Just, yeah.
All it really means is you get a new piece of armor, which I'm looking forward to. The Green Knight.
New weapon. Yeah.
Also, I saw there's news is being reported that the Elden Ring movie will be directed by Alex Garland.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
He did Civil War. He wrote the Devil May Cry, he wrote Devil May Cry DMC, the Ninja Theory Devil May Cry game. Yeah. And he did 28 Days Later, which is
okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a zombie movie, but, and it was good, but
okay,
like it sounds awful. So that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, I don't really know, but.
How would you even make Elden Ring into a movie, for fuck's sake?
They're just gonna try and make a Game of Thrones, I guess. I don't know.
I mean that'd be stupid. It should definitely be closer to like the Green Knight, which is just like a dude just wandering and just bumping.
Sure, yeah, maybe shit. It will be.
That'd be nice.
Wait, he wrote Dread? Okay, I like Dread. That was a good movie.
He's like hit or miss, but he's kind of like cringy edgy, which is like not what Elden.
Cringy edgy, yeah.
Like he's good at like cringe edgy stuff, but like. It's not for Elden Ring. I don't know.
Right. Like, is there going to be a turn to the camera moment where they're like, hello, maidenless? Like, is there going to be...
I know.
You are maidenless.
Kevin Hart starring. Kevin Hart stars in Elden Ring.
Yeah. Exactly. Kevin Hart, main character. Oh my God. Yeah, they're going to have... Oh, man. The Jack Black as Margit, the fell omen.
Margit. That'd be awesome. And horrible. But we'll see. This is how I feel about the Zelda movie. I mean, this sounds better than the Zelda movie right off the bat, so I don't know. It doesn't have the Morbius producers on it, so...
It sounds better because we know less.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, I might buy. Maybe if I go on a trip or something, I might just pick it up. I already own it. I have 2 versions of the game already, so I don't know if I really need it.
No, but Bradley, no, don't buy it. No, stop buying it.
Why? I have,
you have it at home.
I have like 5 versions of Dark Souls, I think, and I'm not exaggerating.
Stop buying it, Brad. Why?
Dark Souls on PC. I have it on PS3. I have it on PS4, Xbox, and Switch.
Yep,
that's
same here.
That's a real gamer.
I also bought the original PC release on Steam.
I didn't buy that. That would suck dick.
Oh no! I wanted it because that's it runs like shit.
It runs like dog shit, but it did come with Artorias to the Abyss, which is cool.
It runs awful, so that's why the Switch port is actually better because like it's a stable version of that one. It's a stable 30 FPS version of that one.
Yeah,
it runs like dog shit, but man, I had to buy it just to own it as a piece of history, and I'm actually playing it. I'm actually thinking about streaming it. Yeah. So let me know in the comments if you want to see Gene Park does Park Souls.
Park Souls. Oh my
that's
God.
good.
Gene,
Park Souls series, right? I should do a Park Souls series, right?
Park Souls is
I'll
funny.
Be there. I'll watch. I'll hang out in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have a private Instagram account where I would just, because I used to go out clubbing and go out to like after hours clubs all the time. So I had a private Instagram account called Gene Park After Dark.
Oh my God.
I can't even imagine what that would contain.
The shenanigans, yeah.
It was just like, like, oh, here's all this coke that I have,
Random boob I found.
Yeah.
like in the Instagram stories or whatever like that. But it's been long abandoned now. Gene Park is in the light now.
Let's bring it back, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is exciting. I'm gonna play my first Dark Souls game.
I'm so excited for you. Yeah, and finally, like a member of the Moriarty family will earnestly engage in the Souls.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. They've never really enticed me with something about Elden Ring. I was like, I was watching Game Grumps play it, and I said, this looks pretty cool.
Follow the grace.
Yeah, and the thing about Elden Ring is that like you can just grind and level up until you become powerful enough. Like Dark Souls, you can't really do that. Sekiro, you definitely can't do that. Bloodborne, you can't really do that. Like you can grind, but you're stuck in one area. Whereas in Elden Ring, just go wherever and keep fighting. And if you lose, and you try again. Just make sure you're leveling up the whole time. And
Spirit Ashes help a lot. There's so much shit that help people in Elden Ring. And you can always look up an OP build if you wanted to, or something like that, just to break the fucking game if you want.
Yep, and we'll help you too. Just put down the quote unquote summon sign, and we'll help you out. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I guarantee if I was like Dustin, I'm going to be playing Elden Ring, he'd be like, "Here's my pager, my cell phone, my home phone. Like, call me anytime for help." Like, it's just this is the gang kind of like, over here.
When someone new comes into like a Souls game or something like that, that's what everyone's kind of like. Everyone's just like, "Oh fuck yeah, we'll help you out, whatever you need." All right, well, we'll see when Micah hops in eventually. Is that a launch game? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
Let me see.
I don't know.
I don't know if it is either. Steam launch title. Let me see.
I know, because as of right now for Switch 2 launch, it's like, I got nothing.
I think it is a launch title.
Maybe that'll be my game then.
Are you going to get Bravely Default? Or you already played that, I guess, right? Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't really want to.
Because they don't have feet?
No, I just, man, like, I don't know, something about their eyes and their faces, and
Racist, dude.
No, it's not.
Their eyes and their faces, racist, Micah, right there.
They're so round. I don't know. I'm just not really digging it.
All right.
I don't know. I want to hear about it.
The article. First. The article citing Alex Garland was deleted, so seems like it's fake anyways. Thank God.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't make an Elden Ring movie, guys. That sounds like a stupid fucking
it's
idea.
happening.
Not unless Michael Bay's doing it.
Oh, well, hell yeah, then. Michael Bay is an auteur, so.
He's something, all right.
My favorite director.
Michael Bay is a great director. I'm not even saying that ironically. I'm saying that.
Dude, like, he directed my all-time favorite movie. All right, the Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf. That's my all-time. That's my number one. The
first one is a fucking fantastic movie. I would put that up there with Steven Spielberg. I would put that almost up there with Steven Spielberg movies. Not quite.
Put it next to Schindler's List, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would put it next to Minority Report.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll put it next to Minority Report.
You can put it next to Crystal Skull pretty easily.
Totally. Well, I love that movie. John Turturro,
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Star-studded class or cast.
Yeah,
so.
Huge cast.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Kevin Hart as Blythe. Yeah.
Blythe, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a sick fight. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
What a sick fight, yo. Yeah. Oh man, but Micah playing Elden Ring would be huge. Maybe he'll convince Colin. Like that's one thing that we always see in the comments, like, oh, well, Colin isn't playing Souls or whatever. That it's like, I get that that's annoying to hear all the time, but I also understand people's frustrations. Like if you want to be somebody who claims to like really understand games and games culture, like it is a huge knowledge gap and a blind spot to like not engage.
No, it is, but that's what Dustin's for.
That's
Dustin's
what the rest of us are for, because the rest of us all love it.
It's literally on every show. There's one Souls guy. If he's on Summon Sign, Brad's there. If he's on his own show, Dustin's there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just kind of is. It's like
everywhere too. So it's like, I don't know. Manny and Cog are really Souls guys. I never hear.
I think Maddie really liked Elden Ring, but I don't. Yeah. I'm not sure about the rest. I don't know. Cog, I'm not sure either. I don't think so. Not as much. I was trying to get him to play Sekiro now because he was loving the parries. in Claire Obscure. How he was talking about, he's like, it's about patience and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you're sounding like someone who likes FromSoft games now. You need to play Sekiro.
you sound exactly like a fucking Souls person. It's like, no, it's not that hard. It's just about patience.
You're learning the moves. Yeah.
And see, and that's what people don't understand. It's like, oh no, you don't. I have no patience. I'm gonna give this a try. But I know that my biggest character flaw, like as a real life human, is I have zero patience. I don't show it outwardly. All right. I'm not rude at the restaurant or whatever, but on the inside, I'm boiling. All right. On the inside, my heart is getting cooked. Okay. But like on the outside, I'm like, it's all right that the hamburger's 20 minutes late. No worries. You know, but on the inside, I'm like, burger, you know, so I don't know if I got it or not, but I'm going to try.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy you're going to try. It's all we could ask for.
It's all you can ask for. It's all you better fucking ask for, you people.
Well, we'll give you a hard time if you don't like it, so get ready.
I'm going to give you a hard time if I don't like
it. All right. Let's end the show with some questions from the audience. If you want to write into this show or any of our other shows, we post threads on our Patreon every week. For this show, I post it every Sunday in the afternoon, calling for your submissions. So if you want to write in, keep an eye out there. Okay, this is from George Costanza's Wallet. Hey, fellow punchers, with the recent release of Xenoblade Chronicles X, what is the likelihood we will see a sequel, or should we expect Xenoblade Chronicles 4 instead? I'm sure Gene would have a great insight into this, and I'm curious about your thoughts.
I think definitely a 4 is more likely than an X, although I think that they will probably try to implement parts of X into 4.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say, I think.
Okay.
Even story-wise, I think, too.
I kind of think they'll do a new thing, Gene. A Xeno something.
Xeno something, yeah. And it'll definitely tie into the whole Xenoverse.
Xeno Saga, Xeno Gears, Xeno shits, whatever they're going to call it. I don't know.
Yeah. It definitely
feels
like I think you can easily do a 4, but it definitely would probably make sense to just do a new Xeno and then just leave the whole player base questioning whether it's even connected to Xenoblade 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll find out at the ending, and we'll be like, "Oh my god!" You know, it'll be like but, you know, who knows? But whatever they're doing, it's gonna be a huge deal. So,
dude, they need to do an update for Xenoblade 3 on Switch 2. Then I'll finally play it. I have it. I own the game. Yeah, give me an update at least. Make that shit 60 frames.
At least 2 and 3. At least
2 and 3.
Yeah, like 1 is fine, I think. But 2 desperately needs a resolution bump because that shit is like super low. It's like 540p. So
it's like, gross.
Come on, you know. And 3 could definitely use a nice performance bump because I saw that shit emulated on PC, a nice resolution and 60 FPS. Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah.
Again, I keep saying this over again. I'm not the kind of person to say, Nintendo, release your games on PC. No, I think it's smart to keep your games on the Switch exclusive. But the PC audience will fucking eat up the Xenoblade Chronicles series, and I will play the hell out of the series all over again on PC. It's such a good fit for PC. They're very like MMO-like games. You know, the PC audience is primed for it, and it's. I wish Nintendo would consider that. So Nintendo, if you're listening, I really do think that it'll bode super well for the Xenoblade series, and you make a lot of money that you're not making on the Switch with the series. So
yeah, I feel like Nintendo would rather shoot themselves in the head than port their games to anything else.
Totally. Yeah,
rather just never make one.
Yeah, they're like, nah.
Falling on deaf ears. I know, but you know,
we can only dream, dude. If I got like a Zelda game on PC, I'd be like, holy shit.
Dude, Tears of the Kingdom, just even Tears of the Kingdom on PC. Yeah, definitely. Like, I think Tears and Breath would do so well on PC because of like how flexible they are, open they are. They're very much like they're closer to Skyrim and Elder Scrolls than anything else, or Minecraft even, right? So, like, I feel like the creativity, like on both games, would just be amazing. But
you
know. Yeah, you're right though. Nintendo would probably just bomb their own headquarters, you know, Cyberpunk style, and they release it with PC. So
You know. Okay, this is from DMAC. What's up, Donkey Punchers? I have a Switch 2 pre-ordered, having not had a Nintendo console since Nintendo 64, so I'm looking forward to catching up on games I've missed, as well as the new upcoming releases. I realize this is probably a dumb question, but do I absolutely need to play Breath of the Wild before Tears of the Kingdom, or would a story recap do? I've heard some say previously that Breath of the Wild is kind of redundant after Tears, as much deeper and content-rich game on basically the same map, but it feels like I'd be missing out. But also, these are large games, and I only have so much gaming time, so I want to use it wisely, and I'm not just going to be gaming on Switch too. Anyways, I'm open for suggestions. All the best, and keep pondering that fruit. Or pounding that fruit. Oh, not pondering. I wish it was pondering. Okay, Gene. Only one game it sounds like they're going to be playing.
Easy answer. Tears of the Kingdom.
That's what I would say if you're only going to play one of them. If you're someone who wants full context and is willing to play both, I would say Breath of the Wild. But if you're only going to play one, Tears of the Kingdom. Because let's be real, a lot of Tears of the Kingdom lore and the characters, they don't even fucking remember you for some reason. In Breath of the Wild.
They don't. Like,
they just don't remember you. It's like, okay, I've interacted with you a lot.
It is even questionable that Tears of the Kingdom is a sequel to Breath of the Wild. That's how.
It's like a fever dream.
Yeah, it's like they dreamed Breath of the Wild. They're like, I kind of remember, kind of thing. Who the fuck are you again? Like, it's like that's a huge criticism from the Zelda community, is that Tears of the Kingdom did not meaningfully connect to Breath of the Wild, and that it is basically could be its own game, and yeah, pretty much you can pretty much say that. That said, Breath of the Wild is also really cool.
It is really cool. Yeah,
there's a lot of cool shit that happens in there, but Tears of the Kingdom is cooler, and cooler shit happens in Tears of the Kingdom for sure.
Yeah, so. I really enjoyed seeing how things changed from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
Like seeing what changed into Hyrule, because like a lot of it has changed quite dramatically, so it's pretty sick. You're like, whoa, this is here now? Well, this place looks crazy different. So just depends if you want that full context or not. But if not, just play Tears of the Kingdom.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I definitely don't know what it would be like to do it backwards to go to Tears. I imagine it'd be like
I think it'd be very weird going backwards.
It'll be weird. Yeah.
You're just more limited.
Emptier, there'll be less stuff to do. The context of things will be different, and you'll if there's anyone out there that knows what that's like, that who played Tears of the Kingdom first and then tried Breath of the Wild, I feel like that'll be like hundreds of people only. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But I wonder what that's like. But I definitely, absolutely, I think the answer is just Tears of the Kingdom. If there's only one Zelda,
if you're only doing one. Yeah. Okay, this is from Justin, 24-hour. Hey, anyone that's going to freak out, why did you ask Micah? It's because she hasn't played them yet, guys, but she's going to play Breath of the Wild. So, we're going to see.
I'll tell you, just buy a different game altogether. Don't buy this at all. Don't buy it. Buy something else.
Buy a cheesecake.
Buy some cheesecake. Gene, you didn't answer. Do you like cheesecake?
I like cheesecake. I just like regular ass cheesecake, so that's whatever. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with regular cheesecake, man. It's an all-time classic. All right.
Kind of want one now.
Yeah, me too. This is from Justin, 24-hour. What's up, goat throaters? You each get one of these. You each get one of these.
What is a goat thing? When did we get associated with goats?
So, the throater, because we're goats, we're like the best, we're the greatest of all time. Yeah. Throaters is like, that's like a Duke thing. The Dukes have throat coat. Because it's like this thing that Maddie took a long time and he was hyping it up to COG.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He had his whole throat coat thing, which is so
we're
weird.
the goat throaters.
It's the funniest thing. Obviously, like, I've been familiar with throat coat tea. Just you buy it when you have a cold, and seeing people be like, "What's this stuff Maddie's talking about? Is it like a cream or something?" And then people like be like, "No, it's this," and like linking to the tea bags. Like, it is so funny that Maddie's gotten a bunch of people to try this tea.
It's just cum.
Ew.
I'm just going to say, I don't like this tea because it is like weirdly, if you're familiar with putting chia seeds in water and they're kind of like gelatinous, throat coat has a slightly slimy quality. That's how it works, but I'm not into it. Like it just is, it's like, no, I'll just drink regular tea with lemon,
Yeah.
That's fine.
Thank you very much.
I just had like the worst image of like Mr. Maddie plays bukkake.
Ew, dude.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Today on Retro Rebound.
Yeah.
Is that why Lockport's always smoking all those cigarettes?
Yeah, well, he might need some too. He might need some of that throat coat.
Oh, he does. He does for sure. Okay.
Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, back on track.
Yeah.
This is from Justin 24-hour. What's up, Goat Throaters? Yes. You each get one of these dream projects on Switch too. A classic remake, a sequel to a forgotten franchise, and a reinvention of a stagnant franchise. What are your picks?
Hmm.
Get one of these each.
Get one.
So let's start with classic remake.
Other than Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, right?
Yeah,
So.
I guess. Well,
What
those
else
are just
is there to
points,
ask
I guess.
for?
Yeah. Well, let's just say
You
you get
know
a
what?
classic remake of a classic beloved game you love.
No, I know.
okay.
I want a Kim Possible collection.
Okay.
I loved the Kim Possible Game Boy Advance games, and it'd be top tier if they put those on. 90s are coming back, okay? This nostalgia train, we're all here. We're all like, remember Christy Carlson Romano? Like, yeah, I remember. So you know what? Like, that'd be really cool if they did a Kim Possible collection.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Remember Will Friedle? And people are like, no,
No, I don't.
he's in it.
What classic remake are you picking, Gene?
I guess, I mean, the obvious answer would be like an Ocarina remake, right? Which is they're boring.
Remake it again, baby.
But for some reason, the first thing I thought of was Star Fox Adventures because I really would just like to, I really would just like to play that again, but like a better version of it, you know? Like,
yeah,
like it was pretty cool. Yeah, but it was like pretty like a basic adventure game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I definitely would like. Yeah, I fucking love the Star Fox characters in the Star Fox world, and it would be cool to, dude, imagine like Star Fox like Starfield, where it's like you're going down a planet and then you go up in your R-wing and then you can just like fly around and do space shit up there, you know?
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. Like why I like Starfield actually because it's like, you know, it kind of like fulfilled that fantasy for me. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I would love a Star Fox Adventures. Fucking give it to Ubisoft for fuck's sake, you know? Like I actually think Ubisoft would probably make a pretty good Star Fox Adventures.
They did that.
Yeah.
You remember like that ship game they had where you had like the physical things for it? They
Starlink.
did yeah, that was it. They did they already
fucking did. And that has Star Fox cross promotion, and you can actually fly around as an R-wing in that game. So and you go up and down planets. So that was the closest thing we had to a real Star Fox game. So yeah, you know, Ubisoft already has a history. You guys work well together with Mario and Rabbids, obviously, and they are, you know, experienced makers of open world games, boring games, right? Pretty dull at this point, very formulaic, but I feel like that'd actually be a pretty good fit for Star Fox Adventures.
Sure.
You know? Like don't get too crazy with Star Fox Adventures. Just give it a decent adventure game, you know, an action game that's open world and you can go up into space. Like fucking Star Wars Outlaws, you know, that's another game that's kind of like that, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Like, except Star Wars Outlaws, the plane controls kind of sucked. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my answer. Star Fox Adventures, like Star Wars Outlaws. There you go.
Okay. What about you, Micah? What are you picking?
For the classic remake? That was my Impossible answer, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, yeah, no, that was my Impossible one.
Okay.
I was like, did we move on? Did I have like a Menti B for a second?
No. Sorry, I forgot. My brain is fried. For me, this is not a Nintendo game, but I'm going to say you can remake Vagrant Story. Remake that shit right now.
Yeah. Dude, Vagrant Story is the bomb.
Yeah,
have we talked about this? Dude, yeah.
What, you mean? Yeah, we're big enthusiasts.
Yeah.
We preach it. Still mad that's not on anything either.
I know.
Port that shit.
I know.
Let's go.
But dude, my brain is also not working too. Like I literally forgot the door code to my own apartment today. I left and I went back and I was like staring at my door code. I was like, what the fuck is it? I actually had to like go downstairs and ask, what is it? I was like, oh, of course it is. Like,
yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah, well, I'm so tired. And it's only Tuesday, or Wednesday.
Yeah. No, that would happen periodically in high school, like just randomly forgetting your locker combination.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like there were just one morning you show up at school and you're like, holy shit, I don't know it. Mm-hmm. And like having to ask the teacher for help. It's just like, it was just gone.
Yes, yeah, it's gone. Like I remember, I know it now, right? But just for like the 15 minutes where I was outside my door, I was just like, just like it did not work. So
yeah,
people want to call me mentally ill. There's your ticket. Go for it.
A reinvention of a stagnant franchise. What would you pick?
Mario Paint.
Oh, great one. Yeah. Switch 2 is a great candidate for that.
Switch 2 with the mouse. Yep. Yeah. Bring that back.
Yeah. Micah, what are you picking?
I'm gonna go Viva Pinata on this, as I often do. But it really would work so well on Switch, and I think it'd be an excellent audience for it. I think Microsoft is riper than ever to do this.
Yeah. Did I say a sequel to Forgotten Franchise or reinvention of a stagnant franchise?
Reinvention of a stagnant
Okay,
franchise.
so what are you going to reinvent about Viva Pinata then?
Not much, just, that it's alive again because they haven't made one in 10
Why don't
years.
let's save that for a sequel to Forgotten Franchise then.
No, I don't want a direct sequel though.
Okay.
Because the last one they made wasn't very good.
Okay.
So they got to, they reinvented by going back to the original formula because the follow-up games weren't great. But the first one, the creme de la creme, all right? So we go back to that original model. We spruce it up a bit.
Yeah. Okay. A reinvention of stagnant franchise. What the fuck would I choose? Stagnant. Assassin's Creed, dude. I'm going to reinvent Assassin's Creed. We're going to make it a puzzle game now.
That's the opposite of stagnant. That water never stops moving.
I know, but it's like filthy and like boring.
Brackish.
There's some poop in there. I don't know. It's just like, it's pretty stagnant.
Talk about Yosuke that way.
Yeah. Dude. Oh, yeah, I'd make it a puzzle game. There you go. There's your Assassin's Creed now. Sequel to Forgotten Franchise. You want a Chibi Robo sequel, Micah? You want a...
No. What if they forgot it?
You want a Project Steam sequel?
No, it seems like Cooking Mama's dead in the water. I'd like that to come back.
Okay, that's a good one.
After the whole debacle they had where they released it on PlayStation and they weren't supposed to. That was the whole thing. And the Switch copy overheated your Switch to the point that you really shouldn't have played it. And they updated it later and that fixed it. But it seems like Cooking Mama is dead, and that is a franchise I loved. They had the spin-off Gardening Mama. It's sad to just see it sitting there because they had Cooking Mama Sweet Shop, where it's all dessert recipes, and you run this little cafe selling your stuff. I love that franchise, and I don't know what the hell happened, but it's gone downhill, and now it's just gone. So please, someone help.
Please help Cooking Mama. Anything for Eugene? Anything you can think of?
Reinvention for a stagnant franchise?
No, sequel to Forgotten Franchise. This one.
Sequel to a Forgotten Franchise.
You want Balan Wonderland come back or Wonderworld, whatever the hell it's called?
I mean, God Hand 2.
God Hand 2. There we go. Perfect. Bam. Yeah. I like it. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's fine. Devil May Cry 6, Still waiting on that, I would have said Dragon's Dogma 2, but we got that now.
We got that, yeah. I'm going to pick Wave Race. There we go. We're getting Wave Race sequel. Make it open water, like Mario Kart World.
Oh, no, fucking Nintendogs, man.
Oh, Nintendogs. Yeah,
dude.
That's actually a good one.
Yeah, and then with the mouse controls, you can just like pet your dog like this with the mouse, It would be so cool,
Yeah, there you go.
They're sitting, they heard this right now, Gene, and they're like, oh my God, we didn't think, they're like, we could have used the mouse to pet the dogs. Instead, we're using it to drive wheelchairs on a basketball court. Yeah. They're like, stupid. Like,
it's like you are overthinking the mouse controls a little bit, I think. Very creative.
Yeah, very creative, but yeah.
You could just make a new Nintendogs and just have us pet the fuzzy dog with the mouse,
I mean, thinking about this in the way of like point and click adventure games, for, especially the ones for kids like Putt Putt, Pajama Sam, all the humongous games, like Freddy Fish.
Yes.
Thinking about a collection like that on Switch, point and click with the mouse controls. I mean, slam dunk idea. Nintendo, you do it.
Yeah.
Do it, Nintendo.
Nintendogs needs to come back though. Absolutely, it's good.
Nintendogs, cats.
People
plus
will go
cats.
fucking crazy for it. I will go
plus
crazy
parrots. They had birds now.
My God, no, we don't need the bird people involved. There's gonna be 3 bird people.
Get the bird people in there, dude. Their birds squawking, or something like that when you're playing. Perfect.
Hate birds.
What a weird thing to hate.
No, it's not
birds.
weird. A lot of people hate. The only good birds are flamingos. I love a flamingo.
You and Colin
beautiful
with your
birds.
fucking flamingos, you freaks.
We do. That was a very strange coincidence when we met each other and we both loved flamingos. That was weird.
You were like Guam because Guam has no birds.
Oh, excellent!
You just have a million snakes.
There's a lot of snakes.
Yeah, it's just because the snakes ate all of them. So
I'm going to trade the birds for the snakes, if I'm being honest.
That's why when I moved to California, I started hearing birds chirping. I was like, no shit, that's what it's like, huh?
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, no shit.
Some snakes here.
Like, because you always read the book, like you always read books. You're like, oh, the birds are chirping during spring. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's some mythical creature for you guys.
Sounds like a lie.
I have no idea what that sounds like or how that feels. And then when I finally went to California, I was like, no shit, this is birds chirping. Wow, what a concept.
Crazy. All right, this is from Eugene Aka.
Hey, Eugene. I'm with Eugene.
Eugene Aka. Happy May, Fishers of the Bricks. When the Switch originally came out, many people double-dipped on a handful of third-party and popular indie titles as they made their way to Nintendo's little hybrid. With Nintendo Switch 2 coming out soon, I'm interested to see if that trend continues. Do any of you feel you'll repurchase any titles for the new portable Switch, or you will reserve those titles to other handhelds or even skip them altogether? Thanks. I'll hang myself and listen. We got gooners, perverts, and chronically depressed people. Yeah, doomers here. Yeah, doomers is the right way to do it. We kind of talked about this a little bit with Elden Ring. Me and Gene will probably get Elden Ring again.
For sure, yeah.
This is sick.
I'll probably get Bravely Default again.
Stop
what?
buying them,
I won't play it. It's fun.
Play it on the 3DS you bought.
I don't want to hear anything from you, Mike, about playing on a G-Cloud, all right? Don't you dare lecture me.
It's about rebuying games. I refuse. Like I
want better resolution and better frame rates.
Just play the one you have, Bradley.
I did.
You really are the we have food at home kid. Your mom must have had such a time with you. You'd be like, I want McDonald's. She's like, there's food at home. You're like, it's not this food.
All right. Well, that's just because you're blind and you can't see any differences.
I'm now he's being ableist.
That's right. You have a disability.
I just, but that's the lead poisoning. I can't do it. If I already own a game and it's like more than $10, like I just can't square it to buy it.
Aren't you going to buy the new Gears of War?
I actually don't own Gears. So the Gears, what was it originally called? Ultimate Edition? When they first did the remaster?
Yeah.
Okay.
So from 9 years ago, that one. I did play it, but my ex bought that game. We played it together, co-op, of course, right? And so I actually don't own it. So this will be the first time I'm buying that. But you
own Gears on Xbox 360?
Not the first one.
Oh, you don't? Wow. I thought you were a big Gears fan.
I am, but I got into the series when Gears 3 came out. That's the first one I played. Okay. Then we went back and played all the other ones. But Gears 3 is what got me into the multiplayer and everything. God, so good. So good. Get good, Brad.
Well, I don't want to hear this from you when you guys buy the same game on different platforms in your house, all right?
Well, what, we're supposed to share a game like children? Like, what are we gonna?
You can share. You guys can play the same game at the same time on a digital platform. You can do it.
I don't know if we can. I don't like PlayStation though. I don't want to say hate. I don't like PlayStation controller though.
You're a console fangirl and you just can't handle it.
Not a fangirl. I just prefer the
I don't like PlayStation. I hate it. Just get a controller that you can play with that.
Why would I do that? I have a Switch and an Xbox. Like, why? Why would I do that?
So you don't have to keep buying games twice.
But I don't want to share it. I don't want to share the game.
You can share the game. You guys buy digitally already.
16 right now, and I'll play it when you're done.
No, you can.
Bupkis.
You can still share that at the same time. You can play at the same time. You could buy it on one thing and share it. Yeah, it is because I do it with my girlfriend.
I don't know. I think you're lying to me.
Okay.
But why would I? Bradley, why do you want me to play on PlayStation so bad? I don't like it.
I'm just trying to save you money, Micah. I'm just trying to stop you from being a fool and buying the same game twice.
I'm trying to support the devs, Brad. What about
that's what
that?
I'm doing. I'm supporting the devs. I'm supporting the devs, Micah.
And he's trying to get me to not buy games. How about that?
Hey, you started it.
Hey,
we don't have a lot of overlap though. Like Colin and I have some overlap, but not enough to say that like we're constantly buying the same game. It happens.
I bought Expedition 33 on physical for Xbox, which I'm still waiting for.
Yeah.
But that was the only physical edition disc left on Amazon.
Yeah.
So
it's probably the last physical Xbox game.
Yeah,
no,
like ever.
Yeah, I know,
right? Yeah.
I think there's a rumor that Oblivion might get a physical copy because there's a GameStop listing for it, and because of how the listing is done, it's different from how they usually do a digital
I would like an
code
Oblivion
listing.
physical copy.
That's what I'm kind of waiting for.
It's going to be a PlayStation only one.
I know, probably PlayStation only.
They probably will. They probably will. In that case, I'll just get Game Pass for a month.
There you go.
Claroscuro might be the last Xbox physical disc I ever buy. I only bought that out of desperation and just to have it on disc. But and also like it was marketed heavily through Xbox. I'm like, it makes sense.
Where did you buy it? Did you buy it on their website or like Amazon?
I just bought it on Amazon. So,
okay.
Yeah, and it's going to take a couple weeks to get here, so it's like whatever. But
yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, I'll double dip on a couple of games. Cyberpunk, just for the novelty of it, and Final Fantasy VII, definitely.
Oh, sure, remake, yeah.
Because Final Fantasy returning to Nintendo is a huge deal.
Yeah, a mainline one, like a main number one. Well, I guess
they're all there. Final Fantasies 1 through 12 are all there, but like one of the newer ones, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that's true.
I wish they would fucking re-release Final Fantasy 13 on the Switch. That'd be great. Just to have the whole fucking series and 15 as well too. It'd be nice to have the entire Final Fantasy franchise, the mainline series, on the Switch besides 11 and 14.
Yep. I was about to...
Yeah. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people that don't count them. I count, especially 14. 14 is as much of a Final Fantasy as the others, and I never played 11, but I heard 11 was fucking addicting.
11 was sick at the time.
I heard it was super addicting.
Yeah, it was. Jesus.
So Final Fantasy and Cyberpunk, I think, and what else is there?
Are you going to get Yakuza 0 Director's Cut?
Oh, yeah, Yakuza 0, probably. Right?
And didn't you just play through that recently, too? Again?
I know. So, like, I might just wait for that, especially if the physical card is, like, not, like, the one, right? So, it's like... Right. I could wait for that. Metaphor would be nice to have on the Switch.
Oh, my
Persona 3 Reload, probably they might do.
Yeah, a Reload would be nice. Yeah, exactly. Especially since I have 4 on physical, too, right? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually haven't played Reload yet. I have it on PC, but I just haven't touched it. So,
okay.
I definitely want to play that game someday. Resident Evil, Resident Evil 4. Remake.
Oh yeah, they'll probably do 2 and 3 and 4. I'm assuming.
Oh hell yeah,
maybe
the whole
Village.
Series, 7 Village. 5 and 6 is already out for the Switch One. So we got that covered. Maybe Assassin's Creed Mirage. Maybe, I don't know, but
I don't know if they're doing Mirage. I think they're doing Shadow.
Mirage is rumored.
Okay, I know Shadow was, but maybe
Shadows is definitely. I'm not gonna buy fucking Shadows. I actually don't like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think that game kind of sucks. So it's so boring.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get to it.
It's so boring, and it's like the story sucks. So
yeah,
I don't know. And but then again, this is the podcast that asked me to have a spoiler warning for negative criticisms on Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? So.
Spoiler warnings for negative criticism is very funny to me.
My God, yeah. I just gotta be honest, and it was like I just wasn't expecting to hear such negativity. It's like I don't know, man. Like this is the internet. You familiar with it?
Yeah,
for sure. Oh, Kingdom Hearts on the Switch. Whenever that happens.
Shit, can't stop me on that. I'm buying those all, and I'm sending Mike the receipt, letting her know.
I'll absolutely play the whole thing finally on the Switch.
How can you chide me for buying the same game as Colin on a separate platform, and you're like, I'm gonna buy all the Kingdom Hearts?
The only reason I did is because you came at me, so I came back swinging. Mm-hmm. You swung at me first, self-defense.
Bradley, I mean, you're the one who's gonna buy the Nintendo Piranha Plant camera just because you had to have it.
You're gonna try to inception that into reality.
Mm-hmm. You bought the Nintendo Alarmo though, so
I think you might covered it on the show. It's kind of cool, actually.
Camera?
Oh, I have a nice camera. I don't have a nice Nintendo alarm clock before though. Didn't have that.
If Street Fighter 6 was all on the cartridge, then I would totally buy that, but it's not, so I won't.
Yeah.
Basically, at that point, it's like whatever.
I don't want to hear anyone giving me shit about Alarmo from a woman who has like 10, 15 Funko Pops behind her, okay?
From a woman.
Funko Pops are cool. Funko Pops are
cringe.
Funko Pops are my family. This is my chosen family.
Your chosen family Funko Pops.
Children.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. This is from a name I don't like, but I'm glad John Lennon was murdered. Who wrote this in? Good Lord.
I don't know what that. You know, I mean,
Stand down.
John Lennon wasn't the best guy, but come on, man.
Yeah,
it's also
stand down.
It also happened 45 years ago. Get over, get over it.
Yeah. Hello, punching slut crew. With the Switch 2 launch being a month away, it got me thinking about the Wii U launch and how the first console update was a giant pain in the ass. My question is, what's the best and worst console launch experience for you guys? Well, you said you don't really buy consoles at launch. I don't
buy consoles at launch, so I actually don't know how to answer this question. Yeah, because
did you get one? You had a Switch early though. Did you get one early, or were you working not at Washington Post yet?
I was not. Well, I was working at Washington Post, but I was not covering games at all. So
okay,
I got one like half a year after it came out.
Okay, so maybe you got a PS5 at launch.
I got a PS5 at launch.
An Xbox, yeah.
It's only the Wii and PS5 and Xbox Series X. Those are the only consoles I've ever had at launch. So I do remember updating the Wii U once I got it. That shit took forever, but
yeah.
But I waited like a year or two, so it didn't matter for me.
Yeah, the Wii U was stinky right away. It was already moldy. Jeez. At least the Switch 2 will be fresh for like a couple years, maybe. I'm hoping.
The Switch is still fresh, Brad. If you power up, Kingdom Come Deliverance on the Switch Lite, you're gonna have a great time.
Great time, yeah.
Very fresh.
Very
not
fresh.
Stale at all.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I feel like PS3 would be rough, but I bought PS3 when MGS4 came out.
Yeah, so I bought PS3 late as well.
Yeah, that's when like the console was already starting to get pretty good.
Same with Xbox. I got later.
Exactly. Xbox already had Oblivion and Gears of War, so I was like, "Fuck, I'm set." So.
Yeah. What about you, Micah? What about console launches that you remember?
No, that's the thing. I was also typically late to the party. Like my first PS4 was the Batman Arkham Edition one. So like I was late to the party on that. I did get like the Xbox One at launch, midnight release. I also got like the Xbox Series X I got right at launch. But those went fine. There was nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, Xbox One had a great launch actually.
Exactly. So I've really had, and Switch I got at launch, no issues. So I don't have any bad stories about a console launching and having like some tremendous horrible like internet problem or anything. They've really been fine, but I wasn't there for some of these earlier ones. I got my Wii U late, so it was fine. I don't remember anything catastrophic about it, but I wasn't there day one.
I guess I actually bought the PS1 around launch time. I definitely bought the PS1 within the first few months of launch. Because all I had was Toshinden and Ridge Racer. So, and those were the only games available for PlayStation for like a long time. That and like Kill Eat the Blood, shit like that.
Yeah, Toshinden. That's the first game I played too.
Warhawk or whatever like that. So yeah, like I think PS1 is probably the only other console because like, dude, I was so excited for the PS1 PlayStation.
Yeah,
that was the next generation, baby.
I think so. If we're doing like actual launch night, I'll do actual launch night, which was the Wii, because it came with Twilight Princess, and I was fucking so pumped for that game.
Oh yeah,
and I played it like 12 hours straight, and it was really fun actually doing Wii Sports with my friends. Like when that came out, it was a really fun time. We had a lot of fun bowling and shit like that. So I loved that. But a lot of the other consoles I didn't get at launch time. Probably the launch window I did some of them though. Like N64 I got launch window. GameCube I got launch actually. And N64. Yeah, N64. A lot of other stuff. But I remember the PS2 I got launch window. That was pretty hype. Gene. I didn't get PS1 until Final Fantasy 7 came out. Which was 97, so I was late to that. That was exciting. Honestly, Nintendo 64 was one of the sickest because it came with Mario 64. And that was just like an insane moment in gaming when that happened for me. So that's one of my favorites for sure.
I guess the Wii launch lineup was rough because all we had was Twilight Princess, and then we were stuck with Red Steel, right? Which is kind of cool, right? But
at the time,
Excite Truck, Need for Speed Carbon, and then that really the really weird Call of Duty 3 version that me and Micah enjoy, where you aim down sights by moving up the Wiimote up to your face, so I guess that was pretty rough because there's like nothing else to play besides like the shittiest version of Call of Duty 3, which is the shittiest Call of Duty ever.
The shittiest version of many games.
Yeah, the shittiest version of the worst Call of Duty. And Excite Truck, and Red Steel, which is interesting. That's about it. So, yeah, the Wii launch was pretty rough because all you had was basically Twilight Princess. It was
Raven Rabbids.
Twilight Princess for Raving Rabbids, which wasn't my deal. So it's like, yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah.
Worst one for me was probably Wii U, because I remember I bought it and I was like, it was the least excited I had been for Nintendo console, I think, like ever at the time. I was just kind of like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this gamepad. And we were right. It died a horrible death, and an early death. It was murdered by itself. All right.
I can't believe they thought that was a good idea, honestly.
I don't know, dude.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know.
That whoever came up with the Wii U idea is definitely the Don Matrick of Nintendo.
Yeah, at least they bounced back hard, but yes.
Yeah, they pivoted super quick. At least they realized, like, oh fuck, this is fucking stupid. We gotta change this now, right away.
They didn't double down on it. They could have been like, it's the Wii U 2, Wii U aside, and it's like, no,
Wii U aside.
Wii U aside. I think we said that before, but it's so
That's
good.
really funny.
Yeah,
it's like they could have doubled down on it and brought and made another one, but they didn't. They absolutely they revamped. Now it kind of is still the Wii U gamepad, but it's what it should have been. The Switch is what the Wii U gamepad should have been.
Yeah,
and now it's good.
Yeah, and that's why everyone thought the Switch was going to be bad, because it's just a Wii U without a TV, and it's like actually. It's actually the Wii U concept perfected. Right?
Yeah, you don't have to stay in range of your Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah, you can actually go to the bathroom with it.
Yeah.
And just truly having freedom, because the Wii U games that required the gamepad, and I understand why they did, but like it's just so much better with the Switch. Play on TV or handheld, not locked into either experience. This is the way it should be. Because I can't tell you how many times it'd be like, oh, right, yeah, this game, you got to use the gamepad. It's not charged.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
go play something else. Let's go play Xbox.
Yeah, and the charge was very, very short, too. It didn't even last that long if you wanted to like play it as mobile only, too. It was only like, 2-3 hours, maybe 7 hours at the most for like lighter games, So, I don't know. It wasn't that good. It was 480p, the audio on it sucked, right? Yeah, not a great console. I don't know what they were thinking.
Like, I bought 3 of them. I bought my 5th copy of Elden Ring.
Wii U? No, I only have one Wii U. I have
5 of these.
I wouldn't even think of that.
I only have one Wii U. I bought it. I bought the black bundle with Super Mario 3D World as a bundle.
Same.
Yeah. That's what
again, I only got it because Bayonetta 2 came out. So I was like, I buy consoles for games. Exclusives works, guys.
That's the only thing I had on Wii U were exclusives at the time.
Yeah.
I'm not buying Batman on there or Assassin's Creed 3.
That's I just realized, so I have a copy of Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE for Wii U, and I never got around to playing it, and they ported that to Switch, but I was like, I already owned it. I'm not buying it again, and I haven't.
You gotta get out. You gotta get out that old boy, that Wii U.
I might actually trade that game into GameStop and then buy the Switch port.
There you go.
Maybe they'll give me 50 cents for it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I played all through Assassin's Creed 3 on the Wii U. I completed that game. I did the homestead shit on the Wii U. I think this is why I'm not married and I don't have kids, because I do stupid shit like, oh, let me play Assassin's Creed 3 on the Wii U. What the fuck was I thinking,
It's probably the gamepad. You're like, oh, I'm going to play on the gamepad.
I did play on the handheld. Yeah. Like, it was,
you like the handheld.
I thought it'd be cool to play Assassin's Creed like on a handheld. And then it's like a couple years later, I could just do that, So
yeah. Yeah.
All right. GameStop will give me $4.40 for my Wii U copy of Mirage.
All right.
And then I could buy it for Switch.
For $60, yeah. Is it still $60? I don't know.
You know what? Well, let's
figure it out. Let's go in real time. Micah's going to look this up. We're going to see how much it goes for Switch.
It's $42 for pro members. That's
okay.
Not bad.
That's not bad. All right.
That's not bad.
Micah's still shopping at GameStop. Refuses to quit.
Well, see, here's the thing. Actually, Amazon, you can't pre-order new Nintendo games. They don't like you. So it's like if I want to pre-order Bravely Default, as Brad's bullying me into doing, I got to get it from.
I'm forcing Micah to get Bravely Default.
I'm under duress.
Yeah. All right. Final write-in here from Sean Mason. Hey, puncher-uppers. This one is mainly for Micah. On last week's episode, Micah talked about her desire for a non-origin Dragon Ball game that wasn't part of the fighting genre. Well, do I have something for her? 2 GBA games, Legacy of Goku 2 and Boo's Fury, are action-based JRPGs that take place during the Android and Boo saga. In fact, Goku isn't even playable until about halfway through both games. Please check them out. I think you would dig them. Best, Sean M. I had the first one. I think I talked about this last week. Micah's digging them out.
Well, yeah, I get... Oh! Well, no, okay, so... All right. I do have the Legacy of Goku. I have this one.
Yeah, that's when I had the first one.
Yeah, I've never played this,
it's like top down.
I don't know. I got this bag of Game Boy Advance games,
cool.
and I don't actually know where this one came from. But I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think I have that. Well, maybe I'll fire that up. We also got Hamtaro Ham Heartbreak.
Ooh.
A classic.
Yeah.
Classic. But yeah, maybe I'll fire that up. Kim Possible 2, Dragon's Demise. All right.
Ooh.
Best one. That's the best one. But yeah, maybe I'll fire that up. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shawnee.
Shawnee. Yeah. Thanks, Shawnee.
My boy. Oh yeah, here's the original Kim Possible game as well.
Nice.
But yeah, you know what? We're gonna get back into these.
Yeah.
We're gonna start playing. Who needs a Switch 2? I'll just cancel that. Look at all these games I have to play. What a Hello Kitty Happy Party Pals? I don't need a Switch 2. Look at all this.
No, yeah, useless hardware.
I have about 3 hours worth of games here because Game Boy Advance games are like comically short.
Yeah,
I got a solid weekend of gaming right here in this bag.
Yeah, dude, shout out to licensed games on like that era. They were fun, dude. PS2, GameCube, Xbox, Game Boy Advance, those are fun.
No, dude, legitimately, the Hamtaro game, Ham Heartbreak, is really good. I was a major Hamtaro fan as a child, so like that game was everything, and I didn't get to actually buy it until I was an adult. I just played my friend's copy of it as a kid. But by contrast, the Winnie the Pooh game sucks. Winnie the Pooh is bad. Don't recommend that one for any Winnie the Pooh stands out there.
That's me. Hate to hear it.
You know, I'm sorry.
I know. Sometimes you gotta speak the truth, even if it hurts.
Yeah. At least you know what? He's in your little Kingdom Hearts game. He's in that. That's a good showing.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm an idiot and I can't remember my friends.
Yep, that's right. That is it. Yeah, you can't remember them. All right, guys, that's it. Another episode in the books. Before we get out of here, anything else from you guys? Or should we just sign off?
Did I give you guys an update that I did make the bacon wrapped pork tenderloin?
I don't know.
Quite good. I did make it last week. This past weekend, it was very good. I used the honey chipotle seasoning. Excellent. Top tier. Highly recommend. I would next time, if you're going to make it yourself, I would cut the strips of bacon in half, only because when you roll it up, you end up with like 3 layers of bacon, which sounds like it's going to be great, but really only like the top 2 layers are crispy, and the 3rd layer closest to the pork tenderloin kind of steams. So it's soft and it's eatable, but it's not what you expect out of bacon. So next time I would either cut the strips like 3/4 as long or half, so at most you're getting 2 layers of bacon, because you want that crisp factor. Like that was the bite, was like that outer layer, but the innermost bacon, it just kind of steamed itself. But highly recommend trying that out.
Okay, very nice. Glad to hear it. Gene, goodbye, my friend. I'll see you next week. Hope you have a good weekend playing some games. Same to you, Micah.
I'm playing a lot of Doom, and I think I'm gonna order me some of those new McDonald's McCrispy strips. Because McDonald's
crispy strips, huh?
Yeah, McDonald's is trying chicken strips again. Remember when they had chicken?
What, like the chicken selects?
Yeah, remember they had chicken selects. So
oh my! I've been asking for those to come back for forever.
So these aren't chicken selects, but these are basically chicken strips again. Look at Micah furiously googling.
Oh my god! I can't wait.
This is breaking news. This is breaking news. They just did it like last week.
Crispy strips. Okay.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
3 or 4 piece.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this, but like you're actually like for real, like excited about something.
Oh my god, I didn't know about this. Because whenever people say what's like one nostalgic food that you'd bring back, they already brought back Dunkaroos, so I don't need that. And they brought back Oreo Cakesters, but what I still crave is the chicken selects. They were perfect.
They were really good.
McDonald's wings were also pretty good.
Dude,
Mighty
I love
wings.
McDonald's wings, man. Why were they so good? Why did they keep stop making them? You know, like what the fuck?
They took too long to cook. was what I kept hearing, because even with them being like pre-cooked and frozen, they're actually like, they were just so meaty. They're like, this kind of disturbs the workflow. It's like getting a baked potato at Wendy's and the workers are like, please don't.
Try more fucking people to make it then, man. Just make your McDonald's bigger or whatever. You know?
No, I just have a separate line for wings. I don't know. I love the Mighty Wings. I love the Selects. I gotta try these. I gotta try these new McCrispy strips. Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
Breaking news. McDonald's. If you want to sponsor us, we're here.
Sponsor us, McDonald's.
Yeah,
we'll take it.
We can call them McPunching Up, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right.
Punching Donald's.
Punching Donald's. That's right. Punching Ronald's. Punching Ronald McDonald's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you next week, everybody. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.
Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.